to shark attack.
Right.
Yeah.
Killer whales, I believe, kill more people
No.
than sharks.
Killer whales actually.
Dolphins, I
There's
think, kill more people.
only been like 2 reported
because they're dead.
kills. No. Well, and like one, like the most recent one,
How you
it
gonna
was
report
like the 70s or something. Like
Call
killer
somebody.
whales.
Getting eaten by a killer whale
But
right
that's
now.
the difference is that
Report this.
orcas, they talk about their brain being genetically modified.
They're bigger.
Because here's what I'm saying.
It's implied.
Yeah, it's as if
I'm gonna finish.
as if we're not doing steroids to the sharks.
I'm
we're
gonna
only
finish
giving
this
them
with you
brain
right now.
matter.
I'm gonna finish this with you. Maybe
Kennedy.
they should have chosen the males, and this wouldn't have happened.
And then wouldn't it be like, duh.
Running
Look
into
how strong I am.
Honestly, yes.
Just running into the fence. Oh,
Yeah.
it's still there.
Nothing would have happened. They would have got their drug. What a bunch of idiots.
That knuckle dragger sharks.
Oh
What's
my
going
God,
on?
we could've
Their
solved
fins are
this
all
whole
low.
thing.
Do your ooga booga or whatever.
Yeah, unga bunga.
We could have solved this whole thing by just
Fence
using
still
males.
here.
By just using the dumbass males.
Samuel L. Jackson would still be alive.
Look at my teeth.
He would.
He would have
I'm
been
not-
able-
I'm not jumping through there.
Right, he would have been able to just
That's gonna hurt me.
deliver
I'm
that
too
whole
swole to
That's
get through
gonna
that.
hurt
To
me.
get
I'm
through
not
there.
doing
I
that.
can get through there. You're crazy.
working out
God,
this
I'm
week.
too
Look at me.
lazy to do that.
I'm gonna turn
God.
sideways to go through the door frame.
They're feeding me every day. You think I'm gonna fuck this up?
Yeah, right. Exactly. You mean you want to eat them?
Get out of here, bitch.
This just made the movie so much better. Imagining.
Oh, I
kind
would
of
watch that.
Welcome to the Decision Rule Movie Review Podcast, where we try and fail to review movies of today and yesterday. I'm your host, Steve. With me this week, we got Josh, Tara. We're looking at what movie, Josh?
Deep Blue Sea. I almost said In Too Deep.
In Too Deep. Oh, no.
Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea.
It's a shark movie for those who don't know.
And it's Shark Week. We just talked about that.
talked about
It's
that.
Shark Week. It's the 25th almost anniversary of this movie.
And did you know, fun fact of the pod,
Ooh.
Tara's favorite things
Our sharks.
are sharks.
Yes. Would you like to explain why your favorite thing is a shark? Or your favorite animal? Is that it? No.
I have a phobia of sharks.
So, like, when you say phobia, do you have a phobia of anything else in your life? Is there anything else where you're like, I'm scared of this or I don't like this?
I mean, there's things.
Besides
There are things
people.
that I don't like or that I'm scared of, but as far as like would go out of my way to like avoid the very
But I
slight
feel like-
chance of.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
gonna say, I feel like we're pretty good because, we're land bound.
We are land
Like, I
bound.
feel like it's like a stressor that's not really there. Unless.
I mean, it's definitely better than I feel like arachnophobia because they're fucking
They're
everywhere.
I
You know,
made
so like
that
there are
comment.
worse
Phobia.
phobias.
Sure. But you're not scared of a spider like you're scared of a shark. I'm not
I'm not
maybe
scared of spiders at all. I could kill them.
What if it was one the size of a shark?
I can. Why would there be a spider the size
I'm
of a
asking the
shark?
question.
That would be
If spiders
terrifying.
were the
I mean, it
size
would
of a
be
shark,
scary, but
you're not going to be as scared of
no,
them as a shark.
no.
I would be way more terrified than a creature with 8 legs. 8 legs?
I mean, I
you.
saw arachnophobia,
8
and
legs.
like
And on
that's
land.
creepy.
How about, like,
And
eight
if
leg-
there's a bunch of them, because they also move very fast.
Like eight-legged
Yeah.
freaks, like
You-
those, like
yeah,
that
yeah.
That's what I'm
size.
talking about. Eight-legged
Eight-legged
freaks, where they
freaks.
were like giant spiders.
What a great, terrible movie.
Yeah,
So,
another good,
yeah,
Right.
another
it's like-
great. It's like a decent B movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I mean, I would be terrified of giant.
But not, you're saying you would
Spiders.
still be like, yo, there could be sharks here, and I'm more scared of that. Fuck these spiders. But obviously, there's sharks still out there.
What I'm saying
back of your mind.
is, if there's a herd of spiders
Okay.
coming at me,
Would that?
giant spiders
would-
that's
coming
still
at me,
terrifying, regardless.
I would probably still think twice before I jumped into the water to escape them.
So you're
'cause there
saying
could be
if
sharks in
Yeah,
water
yeah.
was,
I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
Like I'm on board with that.
water's the way to go. That's the 100%
I'm still
way you're
gonna-
getting
I'm still
away
gonna
from
think
this.
about it.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you-
still will probably hesitate.
Well, you like, do you get like you? I know you have it. Like you used to be on a boat and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
like, I get stressful. Like even when we jump in the river,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
there's a chance,
Yeah.
that
Oh yeah.
even
We're
a
gonna-
6-footer
We're going
Absolutely.
to
just come take your foot.
Yep.
Chomp,
And
chomp, chomp.
like I think about that, and I will literally have like I'll give myself anxiety in the water. So like I'm familiar with the feeling, but I also that's what I mean. Like this is like
When we've gone like when we had the boat and we'd go tubing, and like if you fall off the tube,
And you're waiting?
That few minutes I'm waiting for the boat to turn around and I'm just like floating in the water alone.
Don't like it.
I'm having anxiety the whole time.
Okay, we're very
like,
similar
this
with
could
that.
be the day.
With that, yeah.
And there was one time we were on the Patuxent side, Pax River, because we would make random choices on which river we would take the boat out on. And we would always go more up, like more Eagle Harbor, because there's less traffic on the water up there. So if we wanted to go tubing and stuff, we'd head more north. And we were in this area that we would always go tubing, and we were tubing, and I fell off. And as I'm floating, the people on the boat, Carrick included, are laughing. And as they pull up, Carrick's like, guess how deep it is right where you are.
Shut the fuck.
It was like 147 foot deep just right there.
That's wild.
I was like, if there are any monsters in this river,
they're hanging out
right here.
Yeah.
It's in because
they're
as they're pulling up,
because
as they're pulling up, it was like 13 feet, 18 feet, 147 feet, and I'm like,
just happened to be right there.
Yeah, I'm out.
We were talking
I was
earlier.
like, get me immediately out of this water.
We were talking earlier. I'm good with water if I can see the bottom, or I know that there's a bottom there, right? So if you obviously in the ocean, maybe
I'm okay with
we
water,
haven't seen all of the ocean.
That like man-made.
That's what I'm saying. So if you're in like a lake
Like a
or the
pool
ocean,
or a
I don't
lake.
like that because I don't know where the bottom is.
I don't mind a lake as much because there's nothing going into a lake is just a lake. You know what I mean?
but
Like there's
somebody
nothing
could've put a
going
shark in
in.
there.
There's nothing. I mean, and sometimes that crosses my mind.
That's how a horror movie starts.
Yeah.
But
Have you seen Lake Placid? I mean, right. Somebody
Oh,
just
I don't like alligators and crocodiles either.
Okay. What do you like worse? Crocodiles?
What do you like
What
worse?
What do you not like the most?
But do you
I
like
said
the
that.
least?
Thank you. I said that twice the wrong way.
Versus
Alligators and crocodiles.
Wait, and sharks?
No,
just,
sharks are
just,
the
just,
bottom.
just between the reptiles. What do you?
I think
Is there really a difference?
Alligators are the ones
they
that
are different, but the
They
ones
are,
that
yeah.
that you're gonna see in the
Most,
U.S. are.
Depends on the state of the United States.
they're gators. They're the alligators.
Fucking gators,
So I
bro.
guess I would
Yeah.
say that because that's what I feel like I'd have more of a chance of crossing paths with.
Do you think you could survive?
I'm not going to go to Africa and jump in those waters.
You don't even have to finish. No.
You know those
There's
videos
no-
where
I'm
have you
all
seen
of
those
the
videos where
paychecks.
like this is how you can tell if there are
On death.
alligators in the water in
Yes.
Louisiana and they go and they like touch the water and they're like, is it wet? There's gators in there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's why I could never live anywhere
Florida.
near water in Florida, anywhere near water in possibly South Carolina because they be there sometimes.
They be there.
Or anywhere along like Louisiana. No.
Okay, so
no.
ultimate question: if you were to get into a
You just asking this
Fisticuffs.
question is probably going to give me so much
fisticuffs,
stress.
you're in the water with a shark, you're in the water with a crocodile or an alligator, or you're on land with a kangaroo. What do you think you're
Kangaroo.
surviving?
And what am I surviving, or what would I rather go up against?
0 for 4.
Yeah,
That-
I'm
that's the
probably
qu-
I'm
yeah.
probably not surviving. Well, you know what?
I think
I
an
could
alligator
maybe
and
survive.
crocodile might be the easiest to get away from,
They're really, really fast.
but they're easily distractible. Where a kangaroo, that thing's coming home with you to fight you
Yeah, it's locked
in your kitchen. Like it's like, bro, just punching you in the face, and then the
But
talons.
I feel like it would knock me out, and then it'd be like, okay,
It might get bored.
they're done.
Yeah.
Just gonna stuff you in. my
That's
sack.
what that was going to be my argument. Survive.
Take you home, put you on a
As
mantle.
far
Right.
as living, I think I would
now, boy.
outlive the kangaroo before I would be able to outlive the.
Oh, so what you're saying is it's the long game you're going with.
I'm saying that it might
We're gonna
beat me up,
pitch a tent
but
and
I
we're just
think
gonna-
I'm gonna survive. Is what I'm
Okay,
saying. But I think
okay.
the other ones, I'd probably die.
Oh my God.
I'd probably die, or I'd at least.
Yan Mark is getting you.
Yeah.
Or I would
yeah,
at,
just
I would
my
at
throat.
least lose a lot of blood or limbs, and then maybe not
Sure.
want to live at that point. But I don't think that kangaroo's not taking any of my limbs. It's gonna beat me up. It's gonna beat the shit out of me, and I'm gonna have scratches and stuff.
Oh.
But I'm thinking,
They
I'm gonna
cut
live.
your
oh yeah, but I'm
stomachs
gonna
open.
live.
Kick like.
I think I'm
oh.
gonna live.
I don't know if you get your stomach cut open.
I'm
you're,
also
you're
like
dead.
a lot shorter than them.
That's not good for you.
I'm gonna dodge those
You
throws,
could
those
just act
punches.
like it's. You
Come
could
on.
just act like it's pup. You could
Oh,
be like,
yeah.
hey,
Right
I'm
in
a
its little-
kangaroo.
right.
pouch.
Let me go
Just
in.
getting it, so you're just like,
And then
They
you're
go.
in
I
it,
like
and
that
you're
they go in.
"This is
Have
me."
you seen videos of them do it? They dive in and
Yeah.
then flip. I
It's
just like
hilarious.
head first into the pouch.
Yeah, that might work.
That might. Anyways, back to what we're here to do, which is review a movie.
Can we just talk about kangaroos?
I mean, we could, but the show is literally called Decision Reel Movie Reviews. So I'd like to talk like 5
There was that
minutes,
movie Jack
5
with the
minutes.
kangaroo.
Who was that?
I don't remember.
Jerry
actually.
O'Connell.
And someone else. Oh, the guy from the Blackest show.
Blackish.
Oh my god, and all of the scary movies with Kevin Hart. That guy. Oh my god, what is his name?
Oh yeah, you're right.
What?
I know who you're
What's
saying.
his
I saw his
name? Oh my god.
He has a name.
I knew if I looked like it when I
You
when
could
I
look
see
it up.
it.
How you wake up dead. If you go to sleep alive, how you
How
wake,
you wake
up, dead.
Man, that's some deep shit.
Anyways, the plot of Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Searching for a cure for Alzheimer's disease, a group of scientists on an isolated research facility become the prey as a trio of intelligent sharks fight back.
So I didn't know that. So many times I've seen this movie,
Anthony
which
Anderson.
is yes,
Sure.
which is a bunch.
Mm.
I didn't know. Like I thought them being genetically modified was a part of the plan, when supposedly it wasn't. Because remember when they're
Oh,
under,
them modifying the size of
and
their
she's
brains.
like, we broke the Harvard pact.
Yeah, they had to
Yeah.
increase the size of their brains so
And
that it
then-
would produce more protein.
Like when I was watching, I was like, why is that? I thought that was what they were doing.
Right. No,
Like,
so they fucked up
Yeah.
because they went, well, we need more of this stuff for
Yeah.
our
yeah,
whatever.
like they were
so we're gonna play
semi-correct
God.
in that the protein would do what they wanted it to do, but they needed more of it. So they had to increase the size of the brains, which I don't know why anyone would think that.
Yeah,
It'll be fine. What's the
What
worst that
would
can
that
happen?
be
Yeah.
about?
We're-
Why
we're-
would
like an
that be
age-old,
great?
the oldest, like one of the oldest predators
You're right.
in the world, on the planet.
Yep.
We're gonna make it.
Has no enemies.
We're gonna make no
Like-
natural. We're gonna make
It's
it.
wild to think about.
It's an apex predator.
Right.
We're gonna make it bigger.
Yeah.
Smarter.
Yeah.
And faster.
And more ferocious.
Out of curiosity, today I did read more about apex predators
Oh,
while
how
I was
nice.
watching this
Did you?
because I was curious of
I had to
what
distract myself from the sharks.
because what predators were still considered apex predators. Like
now,
humans are top because we kill everything,
human would be
including humans.
right.
But there are some
The
animals
most
that
dangerous game, by the way.
that they still consider like for example, a
I would like to
lion
play one time. What?
will kill a human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like not just for food. So like that's how they consider it. If it's like an
For
animal
sport.
like some sharks, they might bite a human because they think it's something else and then they'll leave it alone.
Right.
But like a lion will go after a human to kill it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like lion, apex predator. Like it doesn't have enemies. It
Right,
doesn't
which
have other a predator that goes after it.
I do want to touch on this.
Polar
because polar
is
bears
another one.
will fuck you up.
Orcas, obviously, nothing's fucking
Black bears.
with
I
an
think
orca.
Orcas are actually more dangerous than great white sharks.
They are because also nothing
Brains.
goes after them either.
Yes, because they know I'm gonna.
Like
I'm gonna kill you.
dolphins will actually fuck around with a shark.
Yeah.
Like they'll be like, get out of our. Get
But
out
Greg,
of,
the orca over there, we ain't fucking with him.
no,
Mm-mm.
they're like, which technically orcas are dolphins.
They are. They're porpoise.
Like even though they
Porpoises.
call them killer whales,
Because
they,
they
are
have they have
porpoises.
blowholes.
Mhm.
Have a blowhole.
They have blowholes. Anyways, what I wanted to say was so getting back to the whole shark thing about attacking, right? Most shark attacks are literally what you said. They think you're a seal, and they go, "What is this fleshy kind of ball thing?" And then they let you go. That's why a lot of people survive shark attacks because it's like, "Oh, this is not what I wanted." But obviously, when you're feeling around with teeth that are serrated in multiple rows, it's going to be pretty easy to cut you up pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So that's why when Jaws came out, everyone was like, we need to kill all the sharks. Sharks don't attack people as much as you think they do. She's being attacked by a shark right now because she's thinking about being attacked by a shark and it's fucking her up.
It is terrifying to think about. But yeah, the percentage of people per shark to shark attack.
Right.
Yeah.
Killer whales, I believe, kill more people than
No.
sharks.
Killer whales actually.
Dolphins, I
There's
think, kill more people.
only been like 2 reported
reported because they're dead.
kills. No. Well, and like one, like the most recent one,
How you
it
gonna
was
report
like the 70s or something. Like
Call
killer
somebody.
whales.
Getting
That's
eaten by a killer whale
but
right
that's
now.
the difference is that
Report this.
orcas are
Dead.
that much smarter than sharks. Where they're like, no, we don't want that.
Right, we're
We
gonna.
don't like that. Why would we waste our time with that?
Not only that, but they're gonna make sure to kill people who are by themselves, so they don't get reported and put on a list to be killed by other people and hunted.
But there have been more
saying.
attacks in captivity than
Yes,
out
obviously.
in the wild because they're like,
This sucks.
I hate you.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though I like food, this still sucks. Because, yeah, it would suck. I mean,
This
I would
is-
stay in my house and get
It's the
fed, not do
equivalent of a
anything
fish in a
else,
fish
but-
bowl when you put them
Not a
in
fish, yeah.
in a tank like that. Those
Oh,
tanks
yeah,
are
yeah,
still
yeah.
so small for them. Like they're
Yes.
it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
It's sad when you think about it.
You
Really
know
sad.
what's actually I can't because I'll probably get really sad if I bring it up.
Is it dolphins? Because
Mm-mm.
dolphins are assholes. No.
No, I
Killer
know they're
whales.
like they're sexual predators.
Yeah,
Dolphins.
they will
No,
rape
literally, they literally have sexually assaulted people. Dolphins.
people and whales.
They're very
And
sexually
whales.
aggressive, like
And
for,
whales.
for whatever fucking reason.
Well,
Like,
aren't they like the second smartest?
their
animal on the
whales
planet?
are not whales. Dolphins
Dolphins.
are very smart.
They're like
they have
10 to 12-year-old
think-
child's brain smart.
yeah, yeah.
Like problem
yeah.
solving. I think maybe it
Them
might
and
be
like
that,
chimps.
that
and
type
stuff.
of crow, I believe, might be the second, and then it's them. But there is a crow that like is so smart it can solve like math equations, which is wild to think about.
Wild.
Also wild thinking about ants for a second, real quick. Hold on.
They build bridges of ants.
Not only that,
Of themselves.
have
yeah,
you
of
ever
themselves.
seen? There's a video that I watch where there's a termite colony and an ant colony, and they live in the same like area, and they share trading routes, is what they call them, because they're going on the same routes to find food or do whatever.
Sure.
On
like
these
their Oregon
routes, on these routes, they have worker ants and termite workers. I don't know what you call them. Worker termites? Doesn't sound right.
Soldiers.
Anyways, but they would be
Contractors.
crossing. Sure, contractors, termite contractors.
Because they like wood, right?
Yeah. Huh. Okay. All right.
Very good.
Carpenters. No, those are actual ants.
You get that? Yeah, you're right. Carpenter bees. They
Oh,
would
bees.
contract them to do the
Yeah,
woodworking.
they gotta get high.
Anyways,
No permits.
so it's almost like a highway, okay, where the termites are going one way, the ants are going the other way,
Life
and
is a
on
highway.
one side of the road there's soldier ants guarding the ants, and on the other side there's soldier termites guarding the termites, and they're just staring at each other, waiting for
Waiting
anything
for it
to
to
happen.
pop.
Who controls that?
That's life.
I understand that, but how does that just like, hey, we're all gonna go at dawn to this, the road,
Fall in line.
right? We're gonna wait, and they're all evenly
Turn up.
spaced, right? Like, and they're all just wait. What happens when something like? What are they? Are they?
What are they
looking?
waiting
Well,
for?
no, not only what.
What happens when it pops off?
Right.
Who wins?
They're just sensing.
Who wins?
Because I think they
fucking
walk
crazy.
so close, they're constantly like
Yeah.
communicating.
But to me, that's wild.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about like when orcas are hunting, and they have developed over years that system where they like if a seal has
they go
jumped
up.
up
Yeah,
on the like an iceberg, they're not icebergs,
Yeah,
but ice
essentially.
whatever. To
They
get
don't have
away
them
from
anymore.
them,
They're all melted.
that they literally start back here and they as a group while another one is sitting on the other side go and they dive down right before they get to it to make a wave to wash the seal off of the like what
Brains.
like
That's crazy.
what had to have happened is they did it at some point and they were like shit
But then, how did they communicate that?
to all the other ones
Right.
You've seen down Periscope.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
listen
Harlan
Nice-
Williams
nice-
is down there like,
A nice-
orcas are my
Pass a
favorite
nice young couple.
orcas are my
miles
favorite
back.
apex
Yeah.
predator. They are my favorite apex predator. And I would shit myself if I did come across them like out on a boat somewhere. I would
Shit
be so nervous yet
Yeah.
so excited at the same fucking time because they are
Yeah.
so beautiful and also so smart that they really are just
Yeah, but it's like
Curious.
you get the
They're just
feeling
like,
of the
"What's up,
line
bro?"
where you're like, oh, it's a dolphin. Oh, it's a dolphin. And
then-
you're like, oh, it's a shark. Fuck, it's a shark. And they're like somewhere in the middle.
Yes.
Because you're like, wait a minute. I
They
know what
could
it
kill
can
me.
do.
but they probably won't. It's like
Right.
that. It's like they could, but they probably won't.
Yeah. I'd probably be more scared. I don't know, because
Like you've seen those videos, people are literally on kayaks
Yeah,
and,
fuck
and
that.
orcas
I don't
just
understand-
show up and they're just watching them. The orcas aren't even doing it. They're just like, what is this thing? What are you
Right,
doing?
right.
What you doing, guy?
Like that.
me neither.
And I would
for
be,
the birds.
Paddleboarding.
and
For the
they're
birds.
just sitting
Like
there.
in
In the video,
hundreds.
you can even hear them like
Yeah.
heavy breathing, and they're just like, "Hey guys, what's up?"
I also
like,
think that's
because they
like-
also do say that because they are so smart that you need to stay like
Communicating.
Well, it's like- I feel
positive,
like
and
that's
we
like-
are happy.
Like a
We
dog.
are all friends.
Right. Like a dog
Yeah.
senses how you're feeling.
And that's like
There's
an
no way they don't.
ancestral.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
built
yeah.
with that, and that's default code. You see that thing, you're like, shit. Like, even though I have a toaster, that thing's scary.
Right.
Like,
I like toasters.
It's-
Speaking of toasters,
But I also
what?
think it like they have so much respect from humans and animals. I feel like that's why when that random pod decided to lose their like go unhinged and attack those couple boats like up near Alaska or
They
wherever
probably
it
had a
was.
bad experience.
Everyone else was like, I mean,
We get it.
you probably did something.
Right.
Yeah, they probably
Like,
killed him with the thing.
You probably killed one of their pod and they remember, and they're just gonna attack every fisherman boat.
Right.
Like they're
Because
not.
you're the
They're
bag.
not
You're
fucking
it's
dumb.
bag.
There's either that or
All
you're
right, boys.
taking all their fish and they're starving. So like
Prepare.
what? Like
Yeah.
because that's
just-
not normal.
we're just
for
doing what
them.
humans do.
That's not normal.
Right. Yeah. 100%.
Ruin
Well,
everything.
so there's another
They
thing.
also didn't even care about the people. They just wanted to destroy their boats.
Yeah. Well,
Like they were
probably
like,
'cause
we're
they
not going to
didn't-
eat you, but like go away. Also,
So there's another story that I delved into with crows, which is kind of wild to me as well. Just going off of the same kind of thing, and it's literally
we are
Crow-
still on theme here.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Because
we're
we're
talking-
talking apex
yeah,
predator.
we're good.
This is still relatable.
So
the movie.
basically, crows will have a way to remember someone through generations. So there's an experiment they did with
They're
this group of
teaching their offspring to hate.
people
the same
or
person.
liking people.
Man, they teach hate faster. It's weird.
I don't know. I'm not going to say what color the crows are, but anyways, so what would happen is they would go in and they
All
would.
crows are listen.
You didn't have to say it.
Listen,
You
you didn't
went-
have
I
to
didn't
say
say
it.
it.
You went
You
there.
didn't have to.
Yanmark, does it have a crow on there?
It's good. It's a fluffy crow.
It's a fluffy crow. So anyways,
Might be a
Bird-
nighttime
there is a
crow.
bird on
what
it.
they
It's an
noticed.
owl.
I know.
Okay.
Yanmark is an owl for some reason. The wine we were drinking. Anyway, so basically what they did was they would go and there would be like a murder of crows, right? That's what you call a group of crows, a
Murder.
murder of crows. And they would go and be nice to this. You know, here's some
so
food,
much.
here's some whatever. They would drive through this area where they're at and be good. Then they'd have somebody, I guess that's what we're doing today. They'd have somebody that would go in and be mean to them. And over like 20, 30 years, the
petty. They're
same group
spiteful,
of crows
Is what it is.
would remember that person who was bad and remember that person who was good. And they had control people that would go through and do nothing, right? They didn't
Listen,
react to
I
that
trust
person.
animal judgment.
Oh, yeah.
too. Like they
But
know
here's the
they
thing.
know the good ones, the bad ones.
Through generations of crows, they remembered who was good and bad. How does that happen? How does a crow say to another crow, yo, that guy right there, he's cool. That
mean,
guy, fuck that guy.
They just communicate.
They have to.
I don't mean.
They have to. I think humans cannot scientifically figure out how these animals are communicating. It has
Or
to
it's
be
just
some
tribal. Like, if they're all like if they're all going
I mean,
crazy.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah.
Like, oh shit, we gotta go crazy too.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh,
We remember why
Carl
we're going
says
crazy.
that one's cool.
Yeah.
Fucking Carl.
We go down and
Yeah.
hang out with Carl. That one, and then we're just indifferent. And then
Right.
I was like, I guess we'll just hang out here.
Well, I guess so. Like with the overlap of, it's not like every crow dies at the same time, right? So you have that one crow that still goes, "Yo, that guy's cool," and is
Grandpa Crow.
right.
Let me tell
And
you
then-
the tale.
But it's still
Gather
wild.
around,
It's
young
still,
ones, gather.
Still wild. So, anyways, where to watch Deep Blue Sea, the movie we are here to
Sharks.
talk about. Where to watch Sharks at? It is free on Sling TV. If you have a subscription, you can watch it on Max.
That would be you if you hung out.
Look, I turned it off. You're fine. To rent, Fandango at home, Amazon, YouTube, Google Play, and Apple TV.
How crazy is that scene?
I wasn't looking. What scene was it?
Okay, so it was the doctor who got his arm bitten off,
Oh, and he's getting
and they get him medevaced out,
pushed back into the
and
water.
he's almost out of there. And then the helicopter dips. He goes in the water. They're literally fishing with a helicopter
Yeah.
and a guy on a cart.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is he's got oxygen on.
So he ain't dying. Also,
That sucks so
think
bad.
of how fast, and I know this is if we're looking at physics, how fast that shark would have to be swimming with that dude in his mouth to then
Let
it
it
go and it still go and then hit
Yeah.
that
How
glass
much force
to break.
that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And that guy
Well,
would
think
have
about, like-
smushed into that glass.
Yeah.
He'd be dead.
It would have vaporized. Because think about, this is the conversation I had the other day. Think about how fast like sharks are.
Yeah.
And
They
think
are.
about how slow
Humans.
we are in the water.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
it's a different planet.
Yeah.
A different planet. And so now this is, so I did a little Google.
Okay.
In this movie, the big one, the Gen 1, is supposed to be 22 feet long.
Makos don't get that big.
No, it's why it's genetically modified.
But
Genetically.
only their brains were. That's the only thing they
But-
ever comment
The whole
on is
thing.
their
Th-
brains.
It's
But
a
it-
movie.
It's if their brain gets bigger, everything gets everything.
Tiger sharks, the one at the beginning that they caught and put in there and then they ended up eating.
Yeah,
Tiger sharks get bigger than mako sharks.
I know. These are genetically modified.
They don't ever.
They're
say
on
that.
steroids.
They don't ever say that. Because here's the thing.
They do. Do they not?
Here's here's the thing. No,
Pretty sure.
they
Because
only
there's
talk
one Gen
about their
1
brain.
and 2 Gen
No,
2s.
they only talk about their brain being genetically modified.
They're bigger.
Because here's what I'm saying.
It's implied.
Yeah, it's as if
I'm gonna finish.
as if we're not doing steroids to the sharks.
I'm gonna
probably
finish
giving
this
them
with you
brain
right now.
matter.
I'm gonna finish this with you right now.
Watching their
okay?
brain matter turn black. or
They
whatever.
hired a
Sharks.
shark expert to be
Sharks.
on site here. Okay.
Yeah.
He did not know they were genetically modifying them, yet was not surprised by the
Maybe
size
there
of
was
these
some,
mako sharks.
Maybe
Wait,
there
who
was
didn't
some
know?
corners that were cut.
The guy who was the shark guy,
Thomas
No,
Jane.
he knew.
he didn't.
Yes, he did. The whole part of it was he knew that he would have to be quiet because he has a bad past, and he was afraid if he said something, he would lose his job
No,
and not be able to
he
get another one.
says to her, he scolds her for doing that. Did we all not watch this movie?
We did, but you're missing a key
he
element to that
scolded
argument.
her for
Watched this
doing
movie
it. He
since it
did
came
not
out.
know. He did
And
not
then-
know.
And then he said in that exact scene, 'cause that scene's like 5 minutes long, where he's like, and that's why you hired
yeah.
me, someone to keep
No,
quiet.
I know that part, but he didn't know. No,
He knew.
he knew they were fucking around, but he didn't know.
He
No, is what
knew
I'm
enough.
saying. What I mean is,
He
he,
knew
just
enough.
blindly was like, "Yeah, Makos get this fucking big. Cool."
Yeah, he knows. That's why he knows. He's the one who wanted to raise fences and everything.
She just snored on you. Sorry, that was funny.
But anywho, 22 feet long,
22 feet long.
8,000 pounds is
Huge.
what
That's a big boy.
they were saying.
Was it a was?
No, they were female.
They were
Females
all
are
female.
bigger.
That's right.
Females get bigger.
Yeah.
The Makos.
No
But they-
comment.
But they need help to get smarter.
Actually, they probably use the females because their brains were already bigger in the
Bigger, yeah,
in the
that's not
beginning.
That's what I always said.
and,
no
their,
comment for.
and their bodies react better to steroids.
Yeah. This is written by Duncan
Maybe
Kennedy.
they should have chosen the males, and this wouldn't have happened.
And then wouldn't they be like, duh.
Running
Look
into
how strong I am.
Honestly, yes.
Just running into the fence. Oh,
Yeah.
it's still there.
Nothing would have happened. They would have got their drug. What a bunch of idiots.
That knuckle dragger sharks.
Oh
What's
my
going
God,
on?
we could've
Their
solved
fins are
this
all
whole
low.
thing.
Do your ooga booga or whatever.
Yeah, unga bunga.
We could have solved this whole thing by just
Fence
using
still
males.
here.
By just using the dumbass males.
Samuel L. Jackson would still be alive.
Look at my teeth.
He would.
He would have
I'm
been
not-
able-
I'm not jumping through there.
Right, he would have been able to just
That's gonna hurt me.
deliver
I'm
that
too
whole
small to
That's
get through
gonna
that.
hurt
To get
me.
through
I'm
there.
not doing
I
that.
can get through there. You're
I'm
crazy.
working out
God,
this
I'm
week.
too
Look at me.
lazy to do that.
I'm gonna turn
God.
sideways to go through the door frame.
They're feeding me every day. You think I'm gonna fuck this up?
Yeah, right. Exactly. You mean you want to eat them?
Get out of here, bitch.
This just made the movie so much better. Imagining
Oh, I
kind
would
of
watch that.
So
he comes
snakes-
out in the cage. He's like, "Hey, he's coming again."
He's here. Yeah, the two sharks on the sides. They're not trying to attack him. They're
Right.
like trying to hug
Yeah,
him.
we get pets. We get pets.
They're the ones from
They roll
those
over, give
funny
it
memes that
belly.
people make
Yeah,
where
he's
it's
like,
like
But
the
they're
sharks
so
just,
dumb 'cause
they
they
just
don't
want to
realize-
hug.
They don't realize if they turn over, they can't do anything anymore.
no.
Pat my belly.
Right. And then somebody, we gotta turn them over again, guys. All right, get the crane.
God damn it. That's the best spin.
So we're gonna call these three people who wrote the movie: Duncan Kennedy, Donna Powers, and Wayne Powers, and tell them we need to make a sequel. Even though I think there is a sequel.
There's two actually.
We're gonna call it Deep
Who would
Blue.
do that?
Deeper bluer sea.
I was gonna say we're gonna call it Deep
the
Blue
deepest
Bro
blue
Sea. I don't know, Deep Blue Bros.
Deep Brosy.
Deep Bro Sea.
Doesn't need to. The blue doesn't even
You're
need to
right.
be there.
You're right.
Deep Brosy.
Yeah. Look at that.
And we're gonna narrate the sharks.
Yes. They have to. Now, do the humans? Are they able to hear these?
Dope Brosy.
Dope.
No, the humans are, they just hear
Yeah.
whatever sharks
Sure.
sound
Sure.
like.
Sure.
Sharks roar. Roar. That'd be scary if they
Do
did
sharks
roar.
make noise?
I don't think so. They're just silent death.
Why
death
would they need
missiles.
to? Right.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like whales make noise and stuff, but like
They don't
To
need it.
communicate, but sharks don't.
Yeah, but sharks are
communicate. They don't
learners.
talk to
Sharks-
each
yeah,
other. They don't care. Except for hammerheads,
How
which do swim
lonely.
in schools.
think about that though. How lonely of a life. Like you're destined. You're destined to be alone. Like that's you. Do you know what loneliness isn't?
I don't think so. I think literally that's all that's on their mind is
I must eat,
Eat.
and then swim.
eat and find warm water.
God, think about being just a fish in the sea of just nothingness but stuff. You know what I mean? Like, but think about it. Unless you're in like a coral reef of some sort
Yeah.
or some kind of
Like, what is a
whatever.
tuna doing?
Just hanging out, bro. Just hanging and oh look, food.
Oh shit!
Right,
There's a sailfish.
right. Like
And you go this way. Like, what do they do?
what a life.
You've seen Finding Nemo, right?
Yeah,
Probably like that.
it's probably a blast.
Probably like that.
You're probably right.
Unless they don't pay taxes.
He touched the
Sounds like a great life.
Yeah.
touched the butt. The sharks in that movie are the only ones that I support.
Have you heard?
Fish are friends,
Have you heard?
not food.
Have you heard the fucked up story of what would actually have happened in real life if Finding Nemo was a real story with clownfish? because his mom got taken away.
Yeah, and all the fishies.
Right. So the father fish
Wait, the dad
became
would have
female, and then
What?
raped the kid.
what?
That's what clownfish do. They switch sexes if
Is
there's
this
not
that-
enough sex, the same sex there or whatever, and then they, look it up. Look it up.
I don't think I want to.
I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly. I remember reading that. I was like, Pixar decided to do what
I
with
actually
this story?
can't watch the beginning of that movie. I have to skip. Like when you could watch it on DVD and you could just go skip chapters. I would skip
You
the
can
first
still do
chapter.
that.
The fish eating all the eggs.
That barracuda.
You know what? Same, but with Up. I can't.
no. Also,
Yeah, I
yes,
can't watch
that
the
one too.
beginning of
I
Up.
watched 30 minutes up there today and I had to change it.
Yeah, it's
I
bad.
was like, I
You
can't.
can't. You have to skip the beginning of it.
Well,
at
just the whole movie.
I mean,
'cause
the
knew
whole
what was
thing
coming.
has.
Yeah.
Sad.
And then because you just watch him now that you know, and like
Kevin's the best part of that whole movie.
and he's not really mad. He's just sad.
Yeah,
He's upset.
that's hard. Stop.
He is.
You're,
He's
I
sad
can
and
see
he's
you're.
What?
You're starting to.
I'm fine.
Okay. Anyway, so last week Randy was on and he asked me if I've ever cried before at a movie.
Why would you even?
To know a love like that.
So
It's okay. I'm
Hold
not really crying. Everything's fine.
it's fine. It's fine. I'm sucking back in.
Stupid bird.
Right. Anyways,
Kevin.
Randy
His
asked, Steve, have you ever
Choked on my own spit.
have you ever cried at a movie before? I talked about it a little bit, but I
Yeah.
think this is gonna sound like why did you cry at this? But Toy Story 3, at the end of the movie where he gives his toys to the little girl,
Yeah.
that got me more than any other movie I've ever watched.
Really?
I don't know why. And I think it's because
Because you
growing
wouldn't
up-
give your toys away.
no,
That's
I
why
don't.
you were sad. Fuck that kid.
Maybe.
It's not a real kid.
No, maybe
The
I think
betrayal.
He's breaking his Toys R Us kid. My
Say it,
brain
just
just
say it.
everything's fine. My brain just
my
I
Toys
think
R
I-
Us kids pack.
Both. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
Both. I just
yeah,
want to
whatever.
be a kid.
Right.
My brain just like short circuited.
Gone. Well, no,
I don't want to grow up.
but I think
I'm
you.
a Toys R
No,
Us
no.
kid.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
you might have delved into my brain a little bit. Where like the same. Like I have a bunch of my old toys
Oh yeah.
from. I'm
I
not.
still have-
Yeah.
I still have GI Joes.
Yeah,
This
I
is
got my
what I'm
Beast Wars toys and
saying.
Transformers. I'm not giving it up, right? But if a kid was like, "Hey, maybe you don't play with
Depends
them
on the
so
kid,
much."
maybe.
Yes,
Do I know
100%.
that kid? Do I like that
Well, I
kid?
think that was the whole point of the movie.
Maybe.
But it got me, and I remember going
Maybe.
He had a sister. He never let her play with those
Right?
because his sister sucked.
True.
Because she was
Right.
a toddler.
Okay,
What I'm saying is she never played.
didn't she take
She
the squeaker
eventu-
out of that fucking dude?
She
or whatever?
eventually was older. Did she never play with the toys?
She had her own toys.
It's your own toys.
She had the Barbies and stuff.
She did have the Barbies.
Deep Blue Sea was directed by Rennie Harlan. I looked at this name and I went, never seen it before in my life. And then I looked at the list of movies that he directed and I went, I should probably fucking know who this person is. He's directed Die Hard 2, Cliffhanger, 12 Rounds, amongst a lot of other movies that I was like, wow, okay. Let's go.
I don't think I've seen those 3 movies that you named.
You've never seen Die Hard 2.
I've never seen Die Hard 1. We've talked about this.
Is there a, like,
Wait a minute.
I'm not watching this movie or is just I've never
No,
had
it's
the
just never-
opportunity?
Die Hard's a Christmas movie. You've never seen it?
It is a Christmas movie. We can sit here and I will
It's a Christmas movie.
100%. It's happening around Christmas. It's
Christmas
a Christmas
Eve.
party. At the end of the movie, it's snowing. There's Christmas music happening. I'm not trying to spoil anything for you.
It's Christmas.
Yeah, I don't celebrate Christmas until someone's fallen off the Nakatomi Plaza.
Everything I know about Die Hard is from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. For sure.
Mm.
And
It's a good
they
episode.
and they
Favorite
paint
movie.
it. They painted it in a great fucking picture.
It's his
so why
favorite
can't-
movie.
Yeah. Well,
And then Reginald
We're
Bell
gonna-
Johnson is in
we're gonna
one
definitely.
episode.
I'm gonna make you watch that.
Yeah. Have we not?
Yeah.
How have
And
You
Die Hard.
told me you were going to make me do one of those, how have you not seen that,
Oh.
extra reels. But
Oh well,
never
then we'll
did
do
it.
that.
And I
Okay,
just
well,
never-
well,
never
then I
brought
guess
it
we're
up
gonna
again.
do it. Hey, in 6 months, 5 months is gonna be
5
Christmas
months,
anyways. So maybe we'll do it
shoot me.
then. I know, right? Anyways, my favorite Die Hard movie is what? Say
Two?
it with me. No,
Oh.
with a Vengeance.
Oh.
Why? Who's in that movie?
Which one is that one?
Samuel L. Jackson, bringing it back to where
Which
we're
one
here.
is that one?
Die Hard with a Vengeance is number 3.
Say it with me.
What
I
was
thought-
Die
I
Hard
thought we were
2?
gonna get you. Die Hard 2. I think it was Die Harder was like on the poster, but that I don't think it's not called that.
How many are there?
7.
5, 6. So, well, okay, hold on.
They should call it Never Die.
Die Hard 1, 2, and 3, great movies. They came out very close to each other, and then it was like, well, that's it. And
What's the one with
Bruce
the-
Willis did his thing.
What was the one with the fire sale?
That was 4. So that's Die Hard, or Live Free or Die Hard.
Live Free.
And
Shia
Justin,
LaBeouf's in that,
no,
right?
Justin Long.
Justin Long.
Justin Long's in it.
Oh.
Kevin Smith's in it.
I think I've seen that.
It's okay. Timothy Olyphant's
I
in
think
it.
I've seen the one with Justin Long, and I don't remember why. Maybe Carrick wanted to see it, so I was
Probably.
like, fuck it.
He's like the IT guy.
Yeah, it's an okay movie.
Yes,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen that one.
Yeah, it's okay.
I saw that one.
Okay,
Do
his
I need to see
daughter
that?
is
The girl from Sky High. That's terrible that I know that.
dude, I love Sky High.
Sky High?
Yeah,
Such a good-
it's
have
great.
we-
Kurt Russell?
Have we not done Sky High?
No, we'll have
Oh,
to
we
put
should
it
do
on the
Sky High.
list. You've never seen Sky High? Have you seen Zoom
Zoom?
with Tim Allen?
No.
What? That movie is like, it came out at the same time. It was
Did
like
it?
one of those Volcano and Dante's Peak kind of things.
Oh, okay.
Or Friends with Benefits versus
Strings attached.
No strings attached. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Or The Matrix, and then there was another movie that was just like it. There was. Don't look it up. Anyways,
Not good.
no.
Zoom?
Watch Zoom. I mean, obviously, if you watch it now, you're like, "What is this?" But
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen Zoom.
yeah. What's the girl in there? She's famous now, like really famous.
Oh, the young. I don't remember who.
She
the
played Sue
actresses are.
Storm in the newest Fantastic Four movie that came out. She was in House of Cards. Kate Mara. Mara, is that how you say it? Kate Mara? Mara? She was in Shooter with Mark
Kate
Wahlberg.
Mara.
Yeah.
Oh,
She was
yeah.
the daughter.
The
in-
redhead.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, she was in that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
She has
yeah.
a good face.
What a good face.
It's cute.
She is.
Anyways,
Co-
Die Hard with a Vengeance is whatever. What I was gonna say was, yeah, the first 3 are very good movies, very cobbled together, very same whatever. Then, well, they just feel the same.
Yeah.
They feel like gritty and hey,
Somebody
this is the
say
same guy.
cobbler.
So, like basically like the 12 Mission Impossible movies.
Sure. I've only seen the first 3 Mission Impossible movies.
I gave up too.
Yeah. It's the same shit.
Is that the cliffhanger with Sylvester Stallone?
Yes, that's why I was like, how
It's a
could
good
you
one.
have
That's
seen
from the
that?
early,
Yeah, that's
early
good.
80s.
Die Hard 4, okay. 5 and 6, terrible. Don't watch.
How does
Twelve-
Cliffhanger start?
12 rounds is
Hanging
with
off a cliff.
John Cena.
And someone falls and dies?
Yeah, you've seen Ace Ventura too.
I saw the beginning of it and turned it off, and that's why.
So they're making fun of
'Cause I
it
couldn't.
in Ace
I
Ventura.
couldn't.
Ace Ventura 2.
I couldn't move past that.
Did you not know that?
It's a, no, I knew that.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
Where
great-
he
it's a
was
great
like
The way you
trying
were
to
like,
hold on. Where he was like trying to hold on. And
Yeah,
then
he's
Yeah, yeah,
I
Oh,
couldn't.
that's
watch
that's
it.
literally the cover of the
Okay.
movie
I want to say something.
poster.
I almost cry every time I watch the beginning of Ace Ventura 2. That fucking
The
raccoon's
raccoon?
face.
Yeah, no, I can't do much.
Oh, think about it for a
How
second.
cheap are those straps? What was that? A backpack from Five Below?
Probably.
It was a horse shit.
Did it die?
Huh?
Did it die?
Yeah, I mean raccoons are pretty resilient,
How many
but that
times-
was a far fall.
He was
No,
like,
it's been a long time.
oh,
That's
sorry.
not one- that's not
That movie was on repeat in my childhood. Like I could sit here and quote that whole
The
movie.
second one is
when he's in Africa.
the Africa one, right?
Bumblebee tuna.
Yeah, I've actually
Excuse me, but
seen the
your
second one more
balls
than
are
I've seen
showing.
the first one.
Bumblebee tuna. Sure.
I've-
Kind of hot in these rhinos. Like that's what it is outside right now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
The way he touches that fan when it goes out, ingrained in my brain. Like it's perfect. And then when he sticks his finger through the fucking rhino's asshole.
Err.
It's a fake rhino that he's trying to
I've
get out of.
seen it.
Well, you said
I
you
said
haven't
I've
seen
seen
okay,
it more
whatever.
than-
That's fine.
I
Sorry.
think that scene's not
That should be.
hasn't stuck with
That
me.
should be. I will say the scene where he walks into the room with all the dead animals, perfectly done, and also like him just yelling.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's Jim Carrey.
it's the scene before that for me. The projection room. Hong
Ha, ha,
Kong.
ha, 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 ha.
You know,
And
it's
how
a
he
thing.
does. Hi ho, Silva.
Yeah.
What was the first one? The first one was the dolphin, right?
Yeah.
That's-
With Courtney Cox.
Because it was the Miami Dolphin. Wasn't
Finkel.
it?
That's correct.
Finkel.
Their
Finkel, not
Einhorn and Finkel.
mascot or whatever.
Finkel ins Einhorn. Sorry, your gun is digging into my hip. And if you look at the desk, there's a banana and 2 apples. It's great. It's great. A lot of people that I talk to are like, the first one's better.
I don't think so. I think the
I don't think so either.
I think the shock value is better on the first.
You know
one.
what? I think I've seen the second
he
one
kinda, like,
more,
gets
so
to-
maybe that's why I think that. But I
think the joke a minute is more on the second one, and it might be too much for some people. The first movie,
I get that because I don't like we've talked about this. I don't like the slapstick dumb
I fucking love it.
overdone
I love it.
type of comedies. Those aren't my thing, which is why I haven't watched those a lot.
Mm.
But I could get why somebody would be like, oh my god, like is there rest in this at some point?
Right.
What's just the plot? Like, let's
There is
just
none.
do
Just
normal
jokes.
dialogue.
So do you like Whose Line Is It Anyway?
I do.
It's kind of the same.
It's not to me. It's not as extreme to me. And obviously, there are some of the jokes where I'm like, okay, reaching.
Yeah. What's your favorite
Dumb.
to both of you? Because I know you watched. Who didn't? Right.
Yeah, Whose Line's great.
What's your favorite game?
Scenes from a Hat's my jam.
100%.
Yeah,
100%
it's definitely
Scenes
Scenes
from
from a Hat. But
Or
I
props. Scenes
but
from
I
a Hat
did-
or
Kinda same
props,
thing, but yeah.
I did really like because they only did it for a few seasons and they stopped. But I really liked when they would have the camera up and they were on their sides and
They
they would
did that
act
for the
things
new
out
one.
on the ground.
That was funny.
But they only did it like for
little
a
bit.
few, and then they stopped doing it. And I thought that was fucking hysterical. Like them, like having to like
Yep.
crawl
Move
on the
around.
ground to
Yeah.
look like they were like doing things and stuff. I thought that was hysterical.
Yeah, I like the green screen with Colin Mockery.
Yep,
That's like
that's good.
classic Colin Mockery. And then also besides Scenes of the Hat props, and then the news update
That's good too.
where
yeah,
it's the
yeah.
two and then the
Dun,
weather and the
dun, dun,
sports.
dun.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Colin was like, I feel like his
Great.
intros were like the best.
Legendary.
But
He also got on my nerves more than the other guys.
Colin?
Did. Yeah,
Colin was the best.
he got on my nerves more than the others did, and he always made it a point to want to be on top of all the women and like groping them and stuff, and it made me uncomfortable when I rewatched it recently. Actually,
maybe
Like when-
things
like-
you don't notice
like-
when you're
Right.
when they're
I know what
acting
you're
out the
saying. Yeah,
people
yeah.
or the and they would go and like he would
Sure.
like lay on top of them and stuff like that, and I was just like, okay. He
No,
made a lot
not
more
much.
of those types of jokes, I feel like, and I
Oh,
was
he
like,
did.
oh,
He
okay,
did. He did.
like let's go.
If he ever,
Who was your favorite four on the lineup? So it was always Colin,
I mean, Colin and
So-
Ryan.
Ryan Stiles,
and
and
Wayne.
Wayne.
You're saying who
Who
like
was
that-
your
that
favorite
other guy?
fourth? Yeah,
Greg,
I always
Greg Proops was all
Greg
right.
Proops was my favorite. Yeah, he was my favorite.
Is it he had the dark hair
No,
or
he
the
was
glasses?
the curly,
with the
like
glasses?
Yeah,
super
yeah, yeah.
metro, probably homosexual.
There was one woman who was always on it who was funny. I
The
can't-
blonde, real skinny,
You know,
thin hair.
I feel really bad
Weird
saying this, but
description.
I don't feel like I ever liked any of the women that were featured on it.
There was a couple where you're like, this is funny, but then you're like, this just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what's funny thinking about it? The hoedown at the end. Colin Mockery always had a different way of singing it.
hmm
And you're always like, why are
See,
you different?
I didn't like the hoedowns.
Yeah,
I
that was
didn't,
kind of stupid.
I didn't like them.
So if you ever watch like behind the scenes or like blooper reels or whatever, they would sit there for like half an hour trying
Right.
to come up with a good one to film it. And it's
Yeah.
like, God, that's gotta suck.
Yeah, I remember reading about that where it's like, or I think it was either maybe the behind the scenes or not, but it's like some shows they would record, some they take 2 hours.
Yeah,
They would get
yeah,
a whole
yeah.
show in
Oh,
2
yeah.
hours. And then some they'd be there 8 hours and have to actually change the audience
Yep.
because
I-
they're burnt out from fake laughter.
Right.
I forgot. I think it was only on the newer ones, but I forgot that Keegan Michael Key was
was on
one
it
of
a lot.
was
Yeah,
one
yeah,
of the
yeah.
fourths that would come on, and I thought I
He
mean
was
he's always great.
That was after they switched hosts.
Yeah.
I had
and the
to
show
look
just
up.
really went downhill.
I-
Nothing against her. It's just
She's
I think
okay,
the
but yeah.
show itself was just
True
I
Carrie
also
works.
yeah, when
always
he would laugh.
liked when Gary Anthony Williams was on it. That other like black guy, like he was bigger, but then he like
Oh,
lost
yeah, I
a
know
lot
who you're
of
talking
weight,
about,
and
yeah.
like
Yep.
I always thought he was really
He was
funny
good.
too.
Yeah, he was good. But that was the newer too. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's always the old.
But yeah, he Brad
Oh, Brad Williams was good too.
Brad
was
Williams,
good
yeah.
too.
Yeah, he was good. Him and Greg Proops.
Him and Greg,
were
I
my
think,
two-
were
yeah,
the
my
two
favorite.
best. The ones that were on there the most,
yep.
they were
Yeah.
the best ones. And then I liked Gary once he started being on it too. But I never really thought the girls were that funny.
Mm.
I think every now and then they had a good, like something
Yeah.
landed, and you were like,
it's good. But
great.
yeah,
but
yeah,
then,
yeah.
but a lot of times it was like, why are you being so like?
Yeah. But they had Laura Hall and Linda Taylor.
yeah, and
Yeah.
killed it every time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Kathy Griffith was on it
Yeah, okay.
a couple
yeah,
times,
fucking
but
Kevin
I've never found her that funny.
She's not.
Her episode of Seinfeld, and the whole idea of it is she's like stealing Jerry's jokes, and then Jerry gets mad at it, and then she becomes bigger than Jerry. It's fucking funny because you're with Jerry and you like hate her guts,
Right.
but then because he's hating her, like so the one part of the show is he calls her and leaves her a message like, "Hey, can you stop doing this? Like, stop portraying me and whatever." She goes on like the Tonight Show or something and plays the fucking
The phone
message,
call.
and you're like, "That's genius," but fuck this girl, like
Yeah.
fuck.
No joke.
Yeah.
Aisha Taylor
I like Aisha Tyler.
was on Friends, and she's one of my least favorite.
She was.
She was also on How I Met Your Mother,
She
was
was
she not?
on one of my.
Was she?
I think she was on 1 or 2 episodes. Like she got with Barney, I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember her on that.
Aisha Taylor.
think
She's
so.
hot. A good woman.
She's a tall.
has-
she's that Amazon type, like
She has large hands,
whatever.
Does that bother you?
She got the man
Does.
hands.
but The only reason I noticed is because on the last episode of Friends that she's on, because she was reoccurring for a while because she did Joey and then Ross, so she was reoccurring for a while. On the last episode she was in, what is that guy who's in that movie with Jack Nicholson that has the dog? He lives across the hall from him.
As Good as It Gets.
Yeah, but what is that guy?
Greg
Yes.
Kinnear?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love him. But so he's...
Don't know how I pulled that out of my ass, by the way.
He is like her ex-boyfriend. So in the
Okay.
very last episode that she's on, he comes back into the picture. And that's why she leaves. She like leaves Ross to go back with him. But I love that while I'm talking about Friends, people are going to be able to watch both of you just looking at your phones.
No,
while talking about
I'm
Friends.
listening.
I'm just saying.
I'm just trying to find.
She's
Maybe it was
telling.
2.5 Men that I'm thinking
Just
of.
telling.
She might have been on that. I think she was on that.
She was because I'm looking.
Definitely
at
in 2.5 Men.
But when they're like jokingly apologizing to Ross about how they're gonna start dating again. Sorry. She puts her hand on his face and it takes up like so
massive.
much of his face. And then Greg puts his hand on the other side of Ross's face and it looks very like small in comparison to hers, which is like taking up half of his face. And that's the only time that's the only reason I noticed how giant her hand was.
She was very tall in that movie.
Yeah. 2 shows I want to talk about real
I think
quick
that's just
before we
'cause
get
she's tall in person.
She is.
back on track that no one talks about anymore. The Drew Carey Show, on point because we're talking about that.
Mimi.
No one talks about that show.
I don't even-
Also,
I
no,
barely
and it's not
remember anything.
aired. Like it's
I
not
barely
aired,
remember anything
like-
about it.
you can't find it anywhere. You know where you
Why?
can find it?
Plex.
But what I'm saying is, like, it's nowhere. Like, for some reason, that
Wait,
was
what's
a-
the other one? What's the other one?
This shit has not been. We have to have a discussion. The Vengeance server has been offline
Oh, I've been doing stuff.
a
Sorry.
lot.
Yeah, I've been doing stuff lately.
I've
Well,
been like, damn it.
I went through a
Shit!
portion of. I
Trying
did
to
not.
watch Steve on videos.
I went through like a week of having like no internet here. It's
Yeah, I remember that.
right. And then the power went out when I got the internet back for like a day
Oh,
and a
when
half.
was that?
When the storm came
storms.
through.
We lost internet for like 2 full days.
Yeah.
And I was like, who lives like this?
Right. I was like busting out the
Uncle
old
Bungo.
I
DVD
live with a
players.
senior network engineer. How could
Right.
I lose it?
Right. Well, me too. I mean, I work from
It
home
was
online.
ridiculous. And
did
every
you have to
time you would
work?
check the
No.
outage thing, it
I was like,
kept
oh no, I
pushing.
can't work.
Every time you would check the outage thing, it kept pushing it back,
Yeah.
pushing it back. I was like, this is trash.
It's funny, right? Because you're like, I can't work. This is great, but I can't fucking do anything, else.
Anything else.
Yeah. I played video
We
games.
don't own a lot of movies. You know?
Yeah.
We did watch one that I forgot about, and then I immediately added it to my decision rule list.
Don't say it then.
So, well, I'm
The
not.
second
I
show,
wouldn't.
Reno 911.
How good is that?
Great. No one talks about it anymore.
It's really good.
I think it-
It had its own movie. It had 2 movies.
Yeah.
I feel like it
Had
ran.
2 movies?
It did. I feel like it ran a little long.
Yeah.
So remember the new season
I mean,
came
those
out? I
guys
was
did
like,
other things.
Sure.
And I think that's why. Maybe people are more like they talk about those things.
What was Nick
more.
Swardson's character's name?
Terry.
Terry. That's right.
Nick Swartzen. He's not. Where is he?
A drunken fat.
Yes. Yeah, man. He just doesn't look good.
No, he did the Bam Margera tour.
He's
or
been
whatever
really
he's in.
funny in a lot of
It's like
things.
he gained 50 pounds only on his face and neck.
That's what happens when you're just drinking
'Cause
Bud
he-
Heavy.
Yeah, he was on
Really
Kill Tony.
funny
not
in
so
a
long
lot
ago.
of things, and then he just kind of like.
I'm on a fucking Kill Tony
Sizzled
kick.
out.
I hate it, but not that I hate. I love it.
Yeah.
But I hate that. That's my whole YouTube thing now
Yeah.
is just Kill Tony videos, and I'm like, I
prefer
gotta
the-
watch it.
I prefer clips over the whole episode.
I don't know. On Monday nights, I've been just watching it because it's live.
I get it.
It is the biggest podcast in the world right now,
It
which
is.
is
It's
crazy.
crazy.
If you've never seen Kill Tony, don't even know what it's about, right? Okay, so there's this guy, Tony Hinchcliffe. He's a comic. He's basically one of the best roasters in the world. So if you've watched any roast from the past 10 years, he's been one of the comics roasting people.
Okay.
So his podcast is, hey, I'm going to sit here on stage, and I'm going to have 3 or 4 special guests that could be anybody.
They're
but
they're regulars essentially.
yeah, but
like
then
they're-
they're famous people too,
Yeah.
right? And we're going to sit here, and I'm going to pull names from this hat, and there's comics in the back. And they're going to come out for 60 seconds, and they're going to give the crowd, because it's in front of a live crowd, their best 60 seconds. And it's either really good or it's either really bad. And then they roast the fuck out of them after they're done. Or
But
they
what
don't.
If it's really good. Oh, okay.
They give them like they're like, well, if like that's what's crazy. If Tony likes you, like Tony gives you an opportunity. Like he's brought on like so many comedians that like open for him now and are like regulars on the show.
Yeah.
Because he just rotates regulars. Because he literally it's like a building block for like open micers.
Right.
Like if they want to try, you want to go to that show. Hopefully your name gets pulled out. because
which
it's
is
not
wild.
guaranteed.
Which is wild when you think
it's
about
not guaranteed. So that not only that, but the crowd is made up of like open micers because they
Also.
want the opportunity to go.
To do that.
Yeah, so it's a really cool like
It's a
basically
great
it's a
idea.
building block for comedians,
Mm.
and there'll be people who are like, yeah, you should never do this again, or they'll be like, hey, you have stuff,
There's
you just need to tighten
something,
up,
yeah.
like, and that's what they do. And then
Yeah.
like guys like Cam Patterson,
Yeah.
William Montgomery, they're regulars on the show, and now like they're gaining traction like in clubs, stuff like that. So it's a cool podcast, not only because that aspect,
Right.
but then they do like fry the shit out of each other.
And that's the
And,
best part.
yeah,
Like, I mean,
it's- like David Lucas and Tony Hinchcliffe going back and forth. There'll be like a 10-minute clip of
Yeah.
them just being like, well, you look like this and you look like that. Like it's just nonstop. And there's like a band and stuff.
yeah,
So
the
it's
band
cool.
makes it cool too.
So like they'll play like little guitar riffs if something's like real funny, like the one guy, like the drum will bang on the cymbals if it's funny. Like, so there's like, you kind of have like music to like a real life.
with it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
well, and it's an addictive thing because you want to see the next person
Yeah.
do
To
good
see
or
yeah.
bomb. And again, even if they bomb, you don't just go off the stage. They like interview you after your minute. And then it's literally as long as you're good and making fun or they're making fun of you and it's
Yeah,
funny,
you're there.
you're not leaving the stage
Yeah,
until they're like, all right, get the fuck off.
Yeah, like as long as
Yeah.
it's still entertaining, you're gonna be up there.
Right.
exactly.
And it's addicting.
That's pretty cool.
Don't watch one video because then the rest of
Just
your
keep
YouTube
going.
is just gonna, that's it. Anyways, back to what we're here to talk about, Deep Blue Sea. This is rated R for graphic shark attacks and for language. Never seen a movie rated for graphic shark attacks before, but here we are.
So glad.
So glad. Is that like the ratings board is like, okay, it could be PG-13, but there's some graphic
Yeah.
shark attacks.
So there's definitely like death.
I think they were like we need
But
to
if
specify.
it was lion attacks, they'd be like, all right, PG-13. But sharks,
Well,
fuck them
I feel like they
sharks
just
are.
show like they show you.
No, you're right.
Like,
You're right.
Yep, they do.
Sure. This is starring
they sure
my man Thomas Jane as Carter Blake, Saffron Burrows, what a name, as Dr. Susan McAllister, LL Cool J
She's the
as
top.
Sherman the Preacher Dudley, Jacqueline McKenzie as Janice Higgins, Michael Rappaport as Tom Scoggins, Ada Tortoro as Brenda Kearns, Stellan Skarsgård, we got a Skarsgård in here.
Wow.
Skarsgård as Jim Whitlock, and Samuel
which one is
L.
that?
Jackson, the guy that gets his shit fucked and thrown into the window.
That's him.
That's a
Yeah,
Skarsgård.
he's a Skarsgård.
Whoa, he didn't
Yeah.
get the height.
I know, right? He gave
I
it
wasn't
to
even
his
trying
sons.
to be funny. Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no,
that's
yeah.
their dad.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
those
Oh,
Skarsgård.
he
yeah.
must have married an Amazon
That's
woman.
the Skarsgård.
That's
Oh,
Skarsgård
the Skarsgård was
Senior.
my
That
father.
one.
Right.
That's that one.
And then we got Samuel L. Jackson as Russell Franklin.
Wait, you didn't even list off what's his name.
Thomas Jane was first,
Oh,
and then LL Cool J.
No,
Who am I missing? Who am I
you're
missing?
right.
Michael, oh, no, you did say Michael Rappaport.
Michael Rappaport. Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Tom
Okay.
Scoggins.
Talk about a sliding downhill.
Oh my god,
Don't
dude.
like
Okay,
it.
I want to say
no one
something.
does.
Have you watched Fallout yet?
Yes.
When he showed up in Fallout, I was mad
I
as
got
fuck.
upset.
Yeah,
I was like, why are you here?
anybody else?
But
Anybody else?
who was your favorite in Fallout?
Like favorite character in
Yeah.
the whole show? Oh, it was.
Or,
it-
or I
it-
would say like favorite surprise as a character. You don't know? Johnny Pemberton is my guy. He was the asshole who was like beating up the black kid
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
night school.
yeah.
Because Johnny Pemberton's one of my his podcast and his comedy is unreal. So like I knew him coming in, he was going to be a good dynamic character.
I'm gonna say what's his face with the one eye. Why can't I think of his name? But he's in, Anchorman. He's in Dewey Cox. He's what's his face on Rick and Morty.
Am I drawing him?
He had the one eye in the show. He was one of the overseers in the vault they go to that's like taking in everybody.
Yep, yeah.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
That was like I was like, oh shit,
yeah.
that's my man, and it was funny. And then I watched like a behind the scenes on how they did that, and they didn't realize they literally replaced like. You would think, okay, they're just gonna put something here. No, they replace all of his face.
Hmm.
Yeah, crazy. CGI. Did you like the Fallout, Joe?
Yeah.
Have you played any of the games?
Yes.
We talked about this before. You played
Yeah, but
4,
I don't,
right?
yeah, I don't. I think it was 4.
I don't know.
I hate this, but I started playing Fallout 76. It came out like, well, it's the year of the game.
There have been 76.
It's the year of the game, so it takes place before like Fallout 3 and all this and whatever. But it's in West Virginia, which is kind of cool because it's in the Appalachian Mountains. Apparently they say Appalachian in the game, and that's wrong. And I said that, and my wife's like, "That's not how you say it."
You mean
but
like
that's how they say it in the game.
You mean like epitome?
It's Appalachian.
Sure.
Why were you not? Why were neither
That's
of you
not the
here
word.
for that?
That's not what the word. It was.
Yes, it was. No, it was epitome. And I
Feet.
said, "Do you mean epitome?"
Epitome?
Oh, that one. Yeah.
And he was like, "Is
No,
that how you say it?" And I was like,
That's
yeah.
how I've said it my entire life.
Epitome?
"Yeah, Josh."
I say
Yeah.
What was the other
kavit
one?
as well.
What?
Kavit.
Oh,
instead
instead
of
of caveat.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He read it that way, and we were like, all of us were like, "What?"
Stop the show.
Do you know what a Toyota Celica is?
Celica?
A Celica?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
See, these are the differences between the country I come from and the country you guys are in. And then I'm in now, too, so I guess, yeah.
You call that a Celica?
Yep. When I came down here, I heard Celica. I was like, what is that? That sounds so weird. But obviously to you, Toyota Celica sounds weird.
Wow. What's
Tomato,
happening?
tomato, right? I mean, it's
Don't
the same
you call
thing.
them like donuts instead of donuts?
No, we say donuts.
Do you? You sure?
Say about
Or boot?
and house.
Boot?
Go back to the house there, bud.
Bud.
Go for a
There,
rip.
bud.
Let's go for a rip there, eh? You know what a rip is?
Hey.
Well,
Get a dart. You want a dart?
Darts? A dirt guy?
Smoking.
Seriously?
Yeah, go for a dart.
They're called darts.
Go for a rip. Get a dart. Have you ever watched Letterkenny?
Nope.
You should. You'd like it.
Are you sure?
No, I
Yeah,
think you would.
you might.
It's
Are you sure?
honestly, I think she would like it.
I think you'd like it.
It takes a second to get into to realize that.
Wait, is that the one where now when I say to be fair, I'm going to be saying it differently?
Yes, to be fair.
Yeah,
Because I say to be fair a lot.
and people are like,
Well, no,
"To be
you
fair."
could
Yes,
be-
and then people who have seen it, they reply to
Yeah.
me, and I'm like, okay.
My ex hated it because she hated the
repetitiveness.
the way they would repeat the jokes.
So they repeat jokes so much that it gets stale and then comes right back around to being funny again because they just
Yeah.
keep going on.
Because I like the
I like-
reoccurring jokes, like when How I Met Your Mother does it, when they kind of like bring them back around or kind of carry them.
not
But I don't
like-
like when it's like, okay, is there anything else?
One episode is like one joke.
Mm.
Not all the time, but they'll just beat it into the ground. Or you're like,
Yeah.
all right, this isn't funny.
Yeah.
But then at the end of the episode-
is it over? I'm like, no, it's like we got 15 minutes left.
And then at the end of the episode, you're laughing again. It's good. Trust me, it's good. You'll know you like it if at the end of the first episode you're like, fuck this. It's very quick and it's very witty. So like a lot of jokes are happening and you're still thinking of the first one.
Okay.
Sure.
And there's romance.
Mm.
There's
Yeah.
love.
There's good music. I think that's the
Yeah.
biggest thing from that
There's
show.
good music.
You seen you watch Shorzy?
Mhm.
You watch? Are you concurrent?
I'm all caught up.
Okay, because I think I got 2 more episodes for
Oh.
this season.
Of what?
Shorzy. So
It's a line off of. It's a spin-off.
Oh,
there's a
okay.
character in the show that you never see the face of, but is the same main character. He's just doing this character with a higher pitched voice, and it's hilarious. Literally,
So it's a branch off.
Mhm.
right. So then they just made a separate show, and it's all about hockey. It's really good. It's really good. You like hockey, so you know whatever.
Ooh.
Okay. Anyways,
Boom.
we all like hockey.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I almost said Real Big Fish for a second. I don't know why. Deep Blue
That's a
Sea.
movie.
Real big fish.
Deep Blue Sea runtime 105 minutes.
It's not longer than that. That was like an hour 45.
105 minutes is what it says on the Wikipedia site.
Maybe that's with commercials. 'Cause I was like, man, this
105
is
minutes
long.
is an hour 45.
60. Yeah.
That's an hour 35.
No, 95 would be an hour 35 because 90 minutes is an hour and a
Yeah,
half.
this movie's an hour and 45 minutes.
Look at that.
That's
was-
crazy.
it
It's a
was-
little long for me.
A little bit. It was released on
Is it long for you?
Someone was really good at Minute Math.
a minute.
I was good at Mad Minute.
Mad Minute. I
Minute.
don't know what that is. Mad Minute.
Never mind.
Sure.
Let's just I'm
Do
fuzzy.
you not ever win Jolly Ranchers?
I did. I got
won
Jolly
a
all
lot
the
of
time. I
Ranchers.
was really
know.
good at math.
Release date July 28th, 1999.
99.
99.
99.
Every time
Gonna
somebody says,
party like it's 1999.
I don't think of that. I think of Austin Powers 2 when he's like, you can come with me back to 1999. That's all I think about when somebody says 99.
I get it.
Austin Powers. I don't know. And then I watched Goldeneye the other day. I was like, well, that's Austin Powers as well.
It is awesome power.
It's pretty close.
It's a fancy awesome power.
It is. Top 10 that week. Are you ready? Now,
Yes.
I know I say this a lot.
This is a good top 10.
This might be every movie. Don't look.
I didn't.
You should.
The glare I can't see.
We've
glare.
had we've had some good ones.
We've had some good ones. This one might be the top 10 of top 10s.
Oh.
Are you ready? Think of 1999 for a second in your head. A lot of good movies. Number 10, and you're going to pop off right now. Tarzan.
That's
Told you.
good.
That's a good one.
Phil Collins was just like, hey,
I'll tell you right
banger
now.
after banger after
He didn't have
banger.
to go
I
that
don't
hard.
know for
But he did.
sure, but that might eventually end up being my first cartoon pick on this show.
You can say animated. it's
Because
fine, right? If you want that, you can have it.
Phil
Maybe.
Collins popped off, but also the writers, but
Might be
like
a little warm.
It might
the
be.
subtle comedy
Do you want the rest
in
of
that
this? I'll give you the rest
movie,
of it.
You gonna drink that?
me the rest of
along
that.
with the like in your face comedy,
You want some
like
of this?
Fucking drink it. We're listening.
it's all really funny.
Yes. It's a good movie.
I still quote I quote that movie to people who have no idea like where
Yeah.
it's from, but
The only thing
Yeah.
I don't like about that movie is it has the old style like backgrounds where the background
Well, yeah.
looks different than the animation.
because but it makes sense of why, like
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of the jungle, like obviously
I
they
get it.
needed to kind of keep
But
a
it
lot of that.
always takes me out of the movie because I'm just looking at the background. You okay?
Yeah, I'm just laughing.
You having a good time
I'm
here?
having
with
a
your-
great time.
All right.
Tasty.
with me is it Leinenkugel's summer shandy in a glass?
Having a great time.
I
wine glass, good.
fucking love. But that's another one where in the beginning is kind of tough too.
Not that good?
It's really tough. Sad. It's sad.
But not upset.
Wow.
But can I tell
good,
you,
though.
I get sadder about the leopard getting the baby gorilla than I am about them killing the human parent.
I mean, that's,
I'm
that's
okay with
on
that.
you.
I get really, really sad.
Sure.
When it's running and like they're trying as fast as they can to get to the baby gorilla before and like they just miss it and she just like, oh my God. It's so sad.
Number 9, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
That was a good one.
It's a big movie.
That was a big one.
It's a good one.
Hmm.
Tara's like, my excitement went from here
Yeah.
down to here.
Yeah.
That was way lackluster in comparison to Tarzan.
But
It's okay.
that is a huge movie.
Huge.
I'm not I'm sure.
Huge.
Number 8,
No.
Big Daddy.
God, what a good one. Frankenstein.
mean-
Do you even like your name, Julian?
Frankenstein.
I don't know.
Kangaroos! Ooh, kangaroos.
Kangaroo song.
Brought
Hop,
the
hop,
roos back
hop,
around.
hop. What do you
Yes,
say?
Keep hop.
Keep Up Anonymous.
Anonymous. Damn you! You give him all the easy ones.
Number 7, Eyes Wide Shut.
They're a good one.
Tom Cruise.
Tom
Nicole
Cruise.
Kidman. Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, I don't care.
It's a big movie though.
You don't care?
It's not that good of a movie.
It's not that great, but it's cool.
People were like, we got to see it for one reason. Two reasons, I think. He's like, I think I know. Nicole Kidman's boobies.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what I thought. When you said 2 reasons, I
Sure.
assumed you meant both of them.
Number 6 has also
Left
2
and
reasons.
the rat.
2 reasons to watch. American Pie.
God, what a good movie.
Jason Biggs just posted about the anniversary of that,
Which is-
yesterday or today.
I believe it's today.
I'm pretty sure he maybe it was today when I saw it. He posted because I follow him on Instagram just because him and his wife are really funny.
I texted you
Oh, you don't.
Oh, so we're
a
just
question. Right. We're just doing that.
Are you talking about me? Because
Nope.
I'll have anxiety over here.
Number 5.
Yeah, 25 years ago today, and he posted it today. 25 years ago today.
Why?
Today.
Which is
Well,
July.
Isn't I don't know
mean,
that
what
it
is
was.
today?
I don't know if it was the day it came out, but
July
what he says was 25 years ago today. I
9th.
woke up to the news that the little movie we made the previous summer was on track to open number 1 at the box office. So
On July 28th, it was number 6.
I love that movie. I just watched all.
They're
4.
great. Have
the
you
other day.
seen any of the like spin-offs?
Yeah, it's like the Naked Mile, the
They're not-
Beta House.
Beta
they're not
House.
as
Yeah,
good.
they're not good, but they're just.
Book of Love.
they're like fine.
Was one I watched the other day. It was on
Banking?
Amazon. It was
Banking? Beer. There's a
can't
there's a
even-
beer pong one, I think.
Yeah, I can't even remember what it was, but it was like it took place like in the early or late '80s. It was about a college baseball team. Can't remember what it was called, but it was it was just just one of those old stupid funny movies. I was like,
I
"Ah."
like
mean-
a dumb movie that's like just about teens like trying
the
to have
first
sex. I don't know why.
two-
That's what it was about.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
was
the-
it was
the first
3
two
days
are
before
untouchable.
class. Oh yeah.
American Pie 1, American Pie 2 are untouchable.
I agree.
Wedding was
Dildo,
okay.
dildo.
Wedding
Sorry.
was great.
Wedding was
Wedding's
wedding was
good. I
wedding
like
was
Wedding.
okay. Wedding was okay. The reunion.
Well, that was good. I thought they were all
I thought
good.
it was
I don't
good
really
for
like
what it
the-
was.
Yeah, I mean, but you weren't going to be able to get what you got with 1 and 2. So like, it's expected.
Here's my thing.
I still to this day will watch 2 over 1 because I
agree.
like I
I agree.
love both
That's
of
the
them.
beach house, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the beach house one is more
And
fun.
the very specific reason is that exact fucking scene when
I'm
they're in
glued.
their house, when they're in their house going through their stuff and they're trying to get Stifler back out. That whole segment, yeah, because he goes in to look in the lesbian's house because they think that they're lesbians. He goes in there and he's trying to they're going.
He's like, "Oh."
They go in to get him back out. That whole segment is fucking hysterical.
The walkie-talkies.
Yes, and
It's just an ass,
the
son.
girls
Just touch it.
are hilarious. But
He's like, I'll be there in a minute. And
one of the I used to watch both the first one and the second one. I've watched also with the
He's
commentary
laying on his stomach listening.
Yeah.
To the
with
fucking
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
like Jason Biggs, a couple of the actors, they do like the commentary. I've watched both the first and the second one with it. And the second one in the commentary, because one of my favorite, like we talked about before, movies that you've seen multiple times, my favorite parts are the subtle parts, like the ones where like you missed the first time or you might not have laughed at it because you were laughing at something else.
Yep.
In the second one, when they hide in the closet, well, because they're coming in, and Finch says something to Stifler, but he calls him Steven. And he's like, something, Steven. And Stifler responds, "Don't call me Steven." Is one of the funniest fucking line deliveries. And even funnier after I watched, because I watched it after I watched with the commentary. That was not scripted.
No.
Like him saying back, like, "Don't call me Steven," was not part of it. And it makes it so much funnier because of just the way he says it and it being so quick when he says it. And you have to watch the bloopers of those movies because, especially the second one, when they're like trying to like be grossed out about to kiss each other and they're just like cracking up laughing.
I will say in Reunion, I think the funniest part is Jim's dad getting with Stifler's mom.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even think of that.
The
You know what I
Reunion
mean?
one gave me anxiety. Like them
There's a
trying to
couple
like him
parts.
trying to
'cause the
help
dog-
that
like the-
girl
yeah,
and
yeah,
sneaking
yeah.
around, and then I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna get caught, and he's not even doing what he looks like he's doing. And it was giving. And when
That's the point.
when he's in the dominatrix wear and he gets caught outside, I'm like, oh my god,
It's just Jim.
Yeah.
Wally and I would relate on this because
Wally
we
does not
we
like the
do
American
not
Pie
like that
movies.
secondhand
Yeah.
embarrassment, secondhand
Me neither.
awkwardness stuff. That it gives me anxiety.
Yeah, I hate
It
that
gives me
too.
like the ick.
I love watching it though. I'm like, yeah, I just show
But the
me
first
fail
and
videos.
second ones didn't have that.
That's
as
why I like
much.
Kill Tony.
Yeah.
I just like people bombing.
Yeah. I
Like-
don't.
I don't
Like
know
him
why.
being like
No.
You
him-
guys doing your band stuff bothers me. I'm like, oh, I could never.
You
like,
got it.
Just
Don't
You
even
get
think about
over it. You get over it.
yeah. But like that's the same feeling. I was like, nope.
I mean, I'm a little different because I'm in the back. She's in the front.
Yeah. Either way,
Sound a little weird. But like, think about it though, right? Like, no one's paying attention to me.
if it's a human centipede, it's the way you want it to be.
Sure, you're right.
Nailing it.
As
I'm
a
nailing it.
drummer,
Or should
No
I have
one-
on the brofish or or the
unless
cuddle
you're a
pie?
musician, no one's really paying attention to you. Think about it, right?
Facts.
Right? Or if you're like, oh, that sounds pretty good. But as a singer, subconsciously, everyone's
all
staring
eyes.
at you,
Yeah,
looking at you, following you.
Even
you know,
if
whatever.
they're not staring at you, they're hearing you.
So
Right,
aggressive.
right.
Like you
Yeah.
can't help it.
So
Right,
aggressive.
So, good for you.
Yay.
Yeah.
Great for you.
And she's
Great.
like, I
Good.
suffer so
Great for
much
you.
anxiety.
Yeah.
You don't
Love
even
that
know.
for
Number
you.
Love that. Glad
5.
it's not me.
I love when I show up to shows and my voice is hoarse and I know they're gonna hear me.
I'm gonna
really
sing
bad.
like, hey guys.
I know I'm not having a good voice day today. I feel like.
You sound fine.
I feel like
Okay.
you sound the same.
Okay, that's good. I don't feel the same.
Do the Seth Rogen
Oh.
laugh. Yeah, it's fine. You got it.
Who was it? Somebody commented on one of our
Mike
our
Miller.
things. Was it Miller?
Yeah. He's
Commented,
like, oh,
where did you get Seth Rogen? He started coming on the show.
Number 5, Inspector Gadget.
Pass.
Yeah.
You know what? I just
Terrible.
remember it being like a huge like, hey, we can make all these toys from Burger King and stuff. Like
I just for now feel like
Matthew Broderick was
you
a terrible
oversold
choice.
this
What?
top 10.
Are you
so
sure
far.
about this?
Yeah,
Because
No,
every
so
movie
far,
is
I feel like-
big.
all the well, except Eyes I'd Shut and
Eyes Wide Shut
Inspector
was
Gadget.
big though.
But it was big.
That was a huge Tom.
It's
Cruise.
99.
I'm just saying
remember,
for
it's
me,
99.
like for me, this isn't like the top 10 I'd want to like watch all these movies. Is what I'm saying.
It's 99.
Okay.
Number 4. Okay,
9-9.
Nice. This one's gonna be like whatever. The Haunting. It's with Liam Neeson, Catherine Zeta-Jones. Is it Zeta-Jones or Zeta-Jones? I never knew.
Zeta.
Big Zeta-Jones.
Zeta, I think. It's Catherine Zeta-Jones, I think.
See, different. Zeta.
You said
Zeta.
Zeta?
Zeta.
Catherine Zeta. I think it's Zeta-Jones.
Zeta.
Mask of Zorro.
That's a good one though.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the next movie?
No.
Oh.
Catherine Zeta-Jones was in
Haunting.
Zorro.
Which one is the Haunting?
It was with her and Liam Neeson.
Yes, you said that, but
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was like a remake.
Good
of
luck.
There's another person in there. If you don't know it, fine. Fuck it. We're gonna go to the top 3 that week, no particular order.
I feel like
And then
it's
we're gonna
number
guess.
4. We should know what it is.
I thought that was number 4.
That's what I'm saying.
The Haunting.
I feel like we
You
should know
should,
it.
yeah.
If it's number 4.
I get what you're saying. Anyways, Deep Blue Sea's in it.
But I don't know.
The Blair Witch Project.
Ugh.
Runaway Bride. Come on. Now think of the top 10.
Come on.
It's pretty big.
Okay, well, I'm going.
So Blair Witch is in its 3rd week. The other 2 are in their open.
In July? What a weird drop date.
It's kind of perfect when you think about it.
Is it? Summer?
Unsuspecting.
Mm.
Like,
And
hey,
people
watch this
thought it was
movie.
real for the longest time.
There was nothing like it before.
I'm going to go. Man, I remember being in school with
Blair Witch. It was
Project.
huge.
I'm going to say Blair Witch.
especially around here,
Still,
right? Maryland.
I'm gonna say Blair Witch number 1 still,
Okay,
and then Runaway Bride, and then Deep Blue Sea.
sure.
Because Runaway Bride, that's
That's big.
Julia
That
Roberts.
was big. Who was the
and Richard Gere.
It was Richard Gere. Yeah,
and
yeah,
and they did Pretty Woman
Was
together
there.
as well.
yeah.
So
right.
They got married?
They probably did something.
in Runaway Bride, in Runaway
Touched
Bride,
tips
When she
or
ran
something.
away.
Yeah,
she was like a story at this
she was a
point.
hooker, and then
she
they were
had been
getting married, and then
engaged.
she's like,
Yeah,
"I'm running
Yeah,
the
this is
fuck
the
away."
sequel to
Yeah.
Pretty Woman.
That's why. Is it?
No, it's not.
Oh. Then-
Could be.
No, but she was literally like that's. I think he was doing a story about her or something, and that's how they because she had ran out on.
I just
multiple
remember
weddings.
Oh, she was the runaway
She
bride.
was the Runaway Bride.
I remember the poster of her with the fucking
On the
sneakers,
horse.
and she's like trying to
Yeah,
tie
in
the
a dress,
sneakers.
right?
Yeah,
Right?
because
in a dress.
literally, like, there's
She's
on one of
getting
them,
ready
she
to
hops
run.
on a horse and literally. Is
Oh,
on
in
a
New
horse.
York. Yeah, I remember that.
No.
Who wants to marry a woman who's like,
Oh, it might
I
have
ain't getting
been.
married? Peace.
Not in the city though.
Not in the
It wasn't in the city.
In the city.
Did you bring your Reeboks? Why?
I gotta pump them up real quick.
For the reception.
Just gotta be ready. Gotta be
I like to
ready.
dance.
I like to
A lot
dance.
of girls bring comfortable shoes for the reception.
Yeah, they don't bring them to the church though.
I just want to be ready in my pumps.
Right.
So what do you think?
Blair Witch, Deep Blue Sea, Runaway Bride.
It is number 1, Runaway Bride. Number 2, Blair Witch. Number 3, Deep Blue Sea.
Did you get that?
No,
I put Blair Witch above Runaway Bride, but I did put Deep Blue Sea
Runaway Bride.
last.
Runaway Bride.
One way bride.
A budget time. What do we think it costs to
Is it-
make a shark movie with some good CGI that
You know-
still holds up today? That's all underwater.
I read they had to train the sharks for a year and a half for
Right.
this movie.
That's all. That's and big sharks too. That's
Big
hard to
ones.
train.
You don't just get in there.
No,
Big, unheard of sharks.
And
Giant
they had
mako
to,
shark.
They had to make them
They
bigger.
trained them for
They
a year.
literally made these sharks.
They literally
Like,
made
They
them.
grew them.
Yeah, in a
From
lab.
Testing.
They actually
Embryos.
artificially.
So really,
enhanced
they
these
only
sharks.
were only like a year and a half old. They were that big, but their brains were literally mush. That's because they couldn't develop fast. They just kept throwing cows in
Their
the
body
pool.
kept just
Yeah,
going.
just
bigger.
growing.
Cows in the pool.
So they're just like, I'm a shark.
I felt
That's
really
all they
bad
know.
for that shark that they threw in and fed them. Though.
A tiger shark.
Yeah, he was just out there being a shark,
And she hates sharks.
He's
That's
like,
something.
whoa, what's
and they
this?
catch him and just he gets eaten by his own kind. Like,
Two at a time.
God.
It's not really his own kind.
But sharks
Tiger
still.
shark, great white shark.
Sharks that are supposed to be
Mako, whatever.
smaller than him.
You're right. You're right.
He's
Food
like,
chain.
whoa.
And they tag teamed him and ripped him to
They
shreds.
did right in half.
Poor guy.
So what do we think it
Poor
costs
guy.
to train all these sharks? Film
Tiger
in tanks.
sharks actually are known aggressive though. They are the ones that they're like, I'm gonna fuck anything up.
Yeah.
But they're so.
If
cool
you're a
looking.
hammerhead shark, do you think you have like 360 vision just constantly,
Probably
or is
not.
it like you're
I don't
just
know.
seeing?
Like
It's like rabbits. Like, you ever feel like a rabbit just sees too much? You're like,
Right.
God, I
It's
just wanna
like-
It's gotta be
chill.
annoying.
Yeah.
and it hears everything.
Like right now, I'd see behind me. I don't want to see that.
They're just, oh, you think how much anxiety a rabbit has?
So yeah, I see it. They're always like,
No wonder their hearts are pumping so fast.
Yeah,
right.
No joke.
No wonder they're always fucking and having babies.
don't know how long I'm gonna be here.
Today's my last day. Today's my last day. Today's my last
Right,
day.
right.
They can also
That's
see
crazy.
all angles of all the lady rabbits all the time.
All the
so
time.
There's
like,
another one
Later,
coming.
later.
All right, when we're done here, going over there.
She's like, oh, sorry, 4:30.
My next appointment's coming up.
60 mil.
$60 million, you guess.
I'm gonna go lower.
Lower.
Go 40.
I would say, I hope.
48.
I actually hope it costs that much.
I guessed $30 million.
Oh wow, even lower.
This is the 90s. So.
What do you think that would mean?
Somebody got it right.
Somebody got it right.
Somebody got it right.
$60 million.
Damn. And you hated this
And I
movie.
hate it.
Okay, let's see if you can keep going.
That was
What do you
$60
think?
million of hate, my
$60
friend.
million.
Box office. What do you
And
think
then
it
he
made?
still sucked. I really don't want it to be a lot, so this is my struggle. I have this struggle.
This is my
I have this struggle when I get to the ratings too, because I want to give bad
Mein
ratings.
Kampf.
I want to give bad ratings for movies I don't
Sure.
like, but then I'm like, but I have to think.
But
like
is it a good
everybody
movie?
else.
Right.
Okay. Box office.
Pardon.
That was the sandpaper there.
Why am I the only one frozen?
I don't know. Don't worry about it. It's coming back. It's fine. We're all frozen. Just welcome to the world of.
It looks
of
like
this
someone
life.
farted.
Yeah. Oh,
She's like, huh?
I gotta get better
Why am I
capture
the only
cards.
one frozen?
It'll come back. It's fine.
Don't
It'll
make
come
mine
back.
worse.
It'll come back. I'll fix it.
Okay. I'm gonna say
Keep talking.
it's stressing me out. I'm gonna say it cost them $60 million. It was in the top 3 the first week. It doesn't mean it was good. But if people saw it, it still made money, even if it wasn't good.
Right.
Okay.
Number.
93.
$93 million.
I'm going over a hundo. Thinking like 110.
I was putting a C note plus 10 on
Summer
there.
movie.
Yeah,
Sharks.
You're right.
Do I want to see sharks in the summer when I'm going to the beach?
Some
Not really.
some
But
people are all about it.
Yeah. Some people want a little thrill ride.
like I don't. But
Okay.
Purple
I
sneaky.
guessed $120 million.
What did I say?
110.
110.
It made $165 million.
I hate that for them.
Opening weekend, 19.1 million.
I hate that for them.
It made it. I mean, that's pretty good. Opening weekend,
I know, but
99
I'm
million.
upset about it.
Super upset. Well, let's see tomatometer time. Rotten Tomato score. The Roddy T's. What do you think critics and audience gave it out of 100%? This is going to be where you're figuring out if this is a good movie.
It's not.
It's the thing. Like
It's not.
even though I picked this movie, I understand. It's not a great movie.
I'm going to say 54,
Critics.
40.
40 audience. Okay.
I'm going opposite. I'm gonna go
It probably is
a little bit
opposite. I
higher. I'm
just
gonna
don't
go
wanna give it to
60 for the critics
Mm-hmm.
and maybe like 55.
55 audience.
Yeah.
I went 55 critics, 65 audience.
Mm.
I'm
It
not going to lie.
is-
That does. I mean,
'Cause
I would hope
I would hope.
that dumb audiences would like it more than critics whose job it is to judge these things, but I just don't feel that way.
So how many? Here's a quick question before we divulge.
Sure.
How many times have you ever taken a poll about a movie? And
Like-
we do this.
Okay.
I never like when it's like rate this. I'm like
Never.
I'm not
Yeah.
giving you my information.
So
what am I going to
audiences-
become part
Think
of your information
Think
farm?
about this is what I'm saying. Think about the people that you see put their opinions online.
Right. So this is where the
You know,
whole
I don't have high hopes.
Right. So this is where the whole rating of audiences goes. You either fucking hate it so much that you're like, this sucks, or wow, this was so good. I
I
gotta
feel
talk
like it's
about
the
it.
same way with leaving reviews for like a restaurant or
Right. If it
an
was
event or
if it was okay, you're never thinking about it again.
Yeah, if it's mid-range, you're not like, it's fine.
Right.
But if you're like, oh, this was the best meal I ever had, or this was the best concert I've ever been to, or this service was terrible, it took an hour to,
Yeah.
it's going to be one
Right.
side
right.
or the other.
That's why critics
You're not
is,
going to
I
feel
think,
compelled.
more important than an audience score.
They're supposed to. It's
because
their job.
if it's your job, you're doing everything.
Yeah, but I feel like critics, even that word critic, has a negative connotation
I
because you're there.
I
to
agree with
Too
you.
criticize.
so you may be watching it with different eyes.
You're like, this is.
You're watching
and
with
it's like,
hammerhead
hey, how about
eyes.
just enjoy it?
You're watching with hammerhead
You're
eyes.
seeing everything.
All angles.
So we need a decision reel poll of what the actual numbers are because I think we do a pretty good job here. And if anybody disagrees, go to the website, www.thedecisionreel.com, and we have updated scores on there up through last week's episode. Just want to say, because I finally did that.
You know what we should do?
Oh, Jesus.
Steve.
We should go to the movie theater and try and get them to sponsor us. What?
No. Every week.
Steven.
Because
Don't call me Steven.
Call me Steven. Because every week.
Yeah.
We do a different movie.
We do.
Facebook statuses have the ability to put polls. Every week.
We could do a poll to
we
see
should
what
post a poll
of what people
of like a yay or nay or something. Or the one that we do, the must watch, pass, recommend, or whatever.
Yeah.
Put a poll up. See who's watching. See who's paying attention. See what other people
See
think.
what the audience says.
That's fine. They might not like us on Facebook.
who
I'm just saying we're
the most.
Facebook. Hey,
See who gets agreed
give
with
us
the most.
Facebook and the YouTubes. The YouTubes were getting some big numbers lately. I don't know why. We've gained like 50 followers in the last like 28 days, and
Hell
getting
yeah.
Wally hasn't been here.
we're getting like
I just kidding. We
500
miss you,
to
Walter.
1,000 views a day. So I mean,
Nice.
I know
That's
across
crazy.
all the videos.
Listen,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
probably not going to watch this, but
No.
I told
He
him
don't
that I was
even know
going to
him.
do. Remember, when we were all on this weeks ago, we joked because I had those crackers.
Weeks ago, motherfucker.
And Wally was like, "Are crackers and wine a thing?" And I was like, "Oh my god, yes! Like crackers, cheese, meats with wines. Yes, that's a common thing." And I jokingly told him I was going to do a makeshift charcuterie board with just random shit on it.
Charcuterie board.
Steve, I hate that.
We're gonna put a little
So
bowl
much.
in the middle with some
I
water.
hate so much that you just did that.
I
to me.
can't. What I can't believe about that is like I was just kidding about the crumbs and the wine, and he was so aggressive
just
with the crumbs and the
Poured it
wine.
right in there.
I was like, go like
Whole
this,
cracker.
like
But I
you go
told
like
him-
this with your hands.
But I
not
told him I was
dump
going to do
your
it because I've been bringing the wine. And I said, "Oh, I'll do it next week." And he was like, "Don't, because I won't be there next week." And I have specifically made it a point to not do it until I know he's going to be back.
Well, you text
Because I
him
told him.
and get that charcuterie board going.
Well, Shark Week will be over by next
That
week.
doesn't matter.
so
We're gonna still put some
I'm not.
red blood,
I'm not.
blue things. That's
No,
fine.
No, I'm not.
Anyways, critics. No, you know what? I'm gonna do audience first on this one. Audience gave it a 39%.
Oh, we are the majority.
Critics gave it a 60.
I don't like that.
That's not bad.
That's how much it costs to make the movie.
Oh, look at you remembering things. That's cool. All right, let's do
Well, it
this
was
as
my
quick as we
guess.
can. Favorite character? The parrot, right?
It's obviously the parakeet.
Parakeet?
I think it's a parakeet.
It's a parrot.
I don't think it's
The
a
bird.
parrot.
The bird.
Bird.
It's the bird.
His name was Bird.
Sure. It's
Bird.
the bird.
Bird is the favorite character.
It's
Right
Ella-
behind him, Hello Cool
Ella
J.
Cool J.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Yeah.
I like the shark guy.
Thomas Jane.
Yeah, Thomas Jane.
Yeah. You've seen The Punisher, right?
I have.
So good.
It's a beauty.
It's terrible.
The old
but it's
Dodge.
great.
The old Dodge the shark.
Which no.
Unreal.
No,
No,
you're
no.
not moving
We
that
know
fast.
it's not.
And then
yeah.
you're riding on the back of that thing too.
Yeah.
Like, no.
But LL Cool J also had the greatest outro song.
Yeah.
My hand is like a shark's
He
fin.
also saved the day.
He did.
really did?
And he's the
While
first. I
injured.
read this fun fact.
After getting, that's not true.
You probably have this written down.
It's not true.
Oh my God, you have a textbook written.
I know what you're gonna say, but it's not true because I've heard this before and it's not true.
It's true, all right.
No,
It
you
was
can
on
do
the
the
Google.
research. It's not true.
It was on the Google machine. He's got it right there. If Steve
I
has
know.
it,
I knew it was gonna be in one of his fun facts.
it's facts.
It's not in my fun fact. It's
It
in my
is
but
a
it's
fun
but
fact.
it's not.
Just
true.
say it.
He's the first black man not
survive
to die
in a horror
in a
movie.
horror movie.
Yeah.
He's not.
Who is?
Who
I
is?
can't remember now,
So
but
you
there
don't
were
know.
multiple
That's
examples.
That's what you say when you don't know.
There were multiple examples because I looked up this.
If you don't
I-
know the facts, it ain't real.
All right, I'll
Look
get
it
them
up.
for you.
Look it
I'll
up.
just get them
Look
for
it
you.
up. Go ahead.
She's like, I'm fucking.
Now that we've gone through all the stuff,
Take
All right,
20
sure.
minutes. Turn your
Favorite-
Wi-Fi off. Turn your Wi-Fi off.
So I'm trying.
I have data, bitch.
my god.
I'm out of
favorite
minutes.
favorite part or scene in this movie?
When I
when
thought
the sharks die.
Yeah, I thought about this. Yes, but also as like a real scene when Samuel L. Jackson gives his really big speech and then gets eaten by a shark.
Yeah.
Immediately
It's
after.
hilarious, right?
Immediately
It
after
is.
because it's just perfect.
Think about this though. He was.
It's the epitome of the movie.
Thank you. Look at that. See, doesn't it sound nice? To
I
say
don't
that?
like. I
Don't
didn't like
matter.
it. I had to force
the
myself to say
epitome.
that. It was but I feel like it was the epitome of the movie. Like all this, like yes, yes, and we're doing this, and it's good, and it's positive. Fuck you, shark. Hilarious.
Bum.
Yeah.
Bavum. Didn't Family Guy have that joke? It was like, "Oh, I'm bigger jaws, and I'm gonna eat you." And he's like, yeah.
Trying to think.
I don't know. I like the scene. I mean, let's be real. We haven't really talked much about the movie. Okay, well, who's the first black person to die?
1968.
Is it
Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, you're right. But it's in black and white, so
what? Everybody's black
and white. There's no color in the movie, so you don't know.
Okay, but that actor is black.
What was his name?
Dwayne Jones.
Yeah, he's black.
He played Ben. Survives the night by fighting off the zombies.
Have you ever met a black guy named Ben?
No.
I'm sure.
Hampshire?
I'm sure.
Well, Hampshire's good.
Anyway, so my favorite scene's got to be anything with LL Cool J. I mean, the whole scene, like in the kitchen with the parrot that he's like talking to.
It's on this list.
Yeah, because it
just wasn't
the second. He's the second.
Third?
Second
or third?
It's second on that list, but I'm looking up this list because it says a history of black characters surviving in horror movies, and that sounds more legit.
Who was the first white person to not
Jesus
die?
Christ, there's lots of them. What was the first
Every
horror
movie.
movie? What was
Right,
the first horror movie that
exactly.
came out?
I like it. And what the fuck one was for us?
The kitchen scene where he's hacking the oven with the gas on.
Yeah, a little weird.
Metal on metal.
He's just hacking away, doing his thing.
He gets the air.
It's funny.
Yeah. That and the electrical scene with the main doctor lady where she rips the wires out of the disconnect.
Yeah. That's cool.
Then
I also,
that's cool.
you know what scene got me the first time I saw it was when she's in the room and she takes her wetsuit off and then it's the model.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I was like, oh, fuck, God damn it, they got me.
Yeah, gotcha.
Every time.
There's a lot before him.
So it's really weird with like electrical because that's like something I thought about too with this movie because the building is under fucking water. So that stuff I've seen in person that like switch gears and like disconnects and stuff like that, they'll still be operational, fully submerged. So like I've been on site where
and they're just working.
Yeah. But I mean, don't get me wrong, it's burning up things, but it's still working.
There's so many before him. And ones that I knew of and that didn't even cross my mind.
Okay, what?
First of all, Ice Cube in Anaconda. That was before this movie.
Okay.
Is that considered is this considered a horror?
I mean, if they're saying LL Cool J was the first,
I would call it like a thriller drama.
Yeah. Anaconda's kind of the same, right?
Yeah, thriller drama.
I mean, it scares me.
John Voight. What? J-Lo?
Sitting like this.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the beginning though. I was cruising through the article, but that was still within the 90s. That was before this, but it was the 90s. So this article starts off by saying, I wanted to start with the 1970s, but things are looking pretty grim there. So they skipped to the 1980s to talk about movies. Apparently in The Thing.
Yes.
In The Thing, 1982. Makes it to the end. Keith David makes it to the end.
I love me some Keith David. I mean, yes, but that's they don't know what happens at the end because it rolls to black and they would have froze to death.
This is even better. LL Cool J is not even the first black character to survive a shark movie because in Jaws 2, The Revenge in 1987, someone did.
Is Michael Caine in that one or is he in the third one?
I don't remember.
Don't watch it.
Which one was the Blue Lagoon? That one was trash.
That wasn't a Jaws movie.
Yeah, it was. It was Jaws, but it wasn't called the Blue Lagoon, but it happened in a lagoon.
Oh.
That was the first 3D one, wasn't it?
Jaws 3D would have been the third one.
Terrible.
When it crashes through that. Oh, it's so bad.
Because it happened, it was like
Michael Caine.
It was a
I'm Michael Caine.
Yeah.
Not an aquarium, but it was a like
Sure. I know what you mean.
Amusement,
whatever.
Entertainment,
Yeah.
something with
aquatics.
Or something. And I thought that was dumb. I was like, how did it get there? So dumb.
Yeah. Who go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Who financed this building?
I know,
all
right?
just investors?
Probably.
I assume there's people she met with at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
But they're just like, let's just build this
That's a big facility.
How'd they build
underwater. You build it up top and then you sink it, right?
You have to.
Right.
How do you get concrete to settle in water? You don't.
It's buoyant.
Because they weren't attached to the bottom. It's just like everything. It's just like an oil rig.
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Technically
3.
floating.
The Dream Warriors? No. Yeah.
Yes.
Dream Warriors. Yeah. That's actually like the best one.
I mean, he did end up dying in the next one.
So that doesn't count.
But he survived that movie.
Doesn't count. He died.
Yes, it does because it's horror movie.
No, he died.
It's horror movie, not horror story.
He fucking died.
Done.
It's horror movie. He survived the horror movie.
Speaking of
horror.
The fun facts of the fucking week.
I'm getting it now.
There's a cougar in the car.
Danny Glover.
Predator 2.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that there's an alien skull in that movie from Aliens? She's like, I've never
Wes
seen
Craven's
Aliens.
People Under the Stairs.
That movie sucks.
Okay, but he still survived.
Sure. Anyways, hey, the license plate pulled from the shark's teeth is the same one found in the tiger shark's jaws in Jaws.
Wow.
There was a tiger shark in Jaws?
Mm-hmm. The first one.
So when they think they find the shark in the beginning,
they cut him open.
Right. And it's like,
The license plate in there.
That was a real shark, by the way, that they cut open.
It was.
You know, it was in 1975. Come on.
Brandy, and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, which was the year before this. And then LL Cool J. So there were actually a bunch before him.
Man, rumors are fun, huh?
Mm-hmm. There wasn't a
I knew
huge...
it was going to come up, so I did some reading before him.
And then read some more now.
You just want to, that's how much you don't like the movie. You just want to poop on it.
Shit on it. What? Jan Mark. Oh, what do they want?
Text me.
Be like, sponsored.
Let her
this
know.
isn't
We are
real.
drinking
Let her
your
know
wine
the
right now.
Mean
On the
Jane
podcast, Mean Jane needs
is-
to sponsor.
is bussin'.
You think I'm joking? You tell her right now we need a sponsor.
You tell her.
You tell her.
No, this isn't the right text for that.
Yes, it is. There wasn't a huge budget for the movie, and director Rennie Harlan stated in the DVD commentary there was lots of discussion about should we have the parrot? Should we not have the parrot?
The
So we
budget was that
opted-
tight.
Right, so we opted to have the bird, but we couldn't find or afford a Hollywood parrot. A parrot that is fully trained and comes with its professional trainers and does tricks and speaks on cue and so on. So we decided to go with a parrot from Mexico City. The production actually used two parrots, one that was good at flying and one that was adept at sitting on LL Cool J's shoulder.
That is a good fact.
What the fuck, bro?
How much does a parrot cost?
Apparently a lot if it comes with its own
Trainer
and everything. If you can't fit that in the budget, is it like $1 million?
No. $1 million?
50,000?
A couple 100,000 maybe. 3 months of work.
We
4
need
months of
to
work.
get in the parrot training business.
Tired of turning wrenches.
I know,
get
right?
parrots.
Let's get parrots. It'd be good for our backs.
It sounds way more like I have patience for parrots.
Dude, parrots would be awesome. Right. Next.
See a bird.
Right.
Our-
you're not.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
Just tape it back on. Director Rennie Harlan asserts in the DVD commentary that a lot of the information regarding sharks isn't very accurate, obviously. Because it's a movie, we take license with some of the stuff they're doing. The fact is, sharks have been used a lot to study and find out why these creatures have been around for 400 million years and why they never get cancer, why they never sleep, why they never stop moving. And maybe it was accurate at the time, but now we know that sharks do get cancer, and although they don't sleep like humans, they do have periods of rest. The idea that sharks never stop moving comes from the idea that they need to keep water flowing over their gills or they'll die. But that doesn't apply to all sharks. As the Makos develop the ability to swim backward, and as Janice notes in the film that this is in fact a physical impossibility, no matter how big a shark's brain is, that's not going to change. Sorry, that was a big fact. Tara's like, I'm fucking.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Movie. She's out. You know what? You've hated lesser movies than this, so it's fine. The sharks, portrayed in CGI or animatronics, because there was animatronics in this, have only roughly 5 minutes of screen time.
That's it? I guess
That's it. Just like Jurassic Park or Jaws, like you don't need them to be most of the movie.
The part of it's like not seeing the monster. It's just that's the feeling.
It's in your brain. It's in your brain.
And we were talking about the irrational thought of being in a pool,
right,
and a shark being in the deep end.
It's
irrational,
there.
but we still thought about it as kids.
Right.
Still there.
Didn't help that my dad liked to play shark.
I still think about it as an adult.
I'm gonna call Ray and I'm gonna tell him you wrecked this movie for me when she was a child.
Actually, do you know? Even when I was younger, it's your foot. Even when I was younger, and
that's
it
my
went through.
Is that a shark?
It happened. It happened subconsciously.
Sure. That's what they all say.
Because I obviously wouldn't choose for this to happen. But even
Once it hits
through
your lips.
like
That's
adulthood,
delicious.
a lot of like my vacations that I've taken where we were at the beach, one of the nights without fail, I was there. I would have a dream about sharks.
Yeah.
It just happened, and then it would
That'd be
just
it.
solidify my phobia every time, and I wouldn't get in the water.
So speaking of sharks, final decision time. Would we recommend this? Would we skip it? Is this a must watch? Out of 10. Let's do Josh, you first. You picked it.
I recommend this to people who like shark movies.
Sure. I mean,
Other than that,
there's
no importance. Like this movie, it's a
there's
it's a
no
skip.
importance.
It's a B-list movie with Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
Like the rest of the characters are pretty forgettable.
Michael Rappaport, get out.
Get out. You're like, I saw that. I was like, wow.
I know. But at the time, he wasn't an asshole.
Correct. And you see like LL Cool J, like, oh, they spiced that up, you know. But definitely, you know, I recommend it if it's your type of movie.
Yeah.
Like if we were having a conversation.
Okay, and you've never seen.
Like, wow, you've never seen Deep Blue Sea?
No, watch it.
Get in there.
Do you like sharks?
No.
No. Yes. Watch it either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's not terrible. I think it's a fun, anxiety-driven movie.
Yeah.
Like you'll be on the couch, you'll be like, shit.
Yeah.
Like you definitely get a few moments where you're like this, because it's one thing after another.
Yeah.
Not only of the sharks, but my fear of water.
Oh yeah.
So like if you're afraid
Deep
of water,
water.
yeah, like if you're afraid of water, there's a couple things in this movie where it's
floods.
like, yeah, like this wouldn't happen. They would never get that door shut. There would be so much pressure. They'd probably be thrown into the wall and knocked unconscious. You know what I mean? Like there's different things, but nonetheless, I like this movie.
Yeah.
I've watched it too many times to count.
Yeah.
It might be stupid,
but it's good.
But it's good.
It's good. It's good. I'm gonna say my review, and then you can say yours because whatever. I'm gonna give this. Well, sorry. What out of 10?
Out of 10, like a 6.7.
6.7.
Yeah. If you like sharks, it's a 9.
It's a 9.
It's because it's not a bad.
Oh, yeah.
Even the CGI.
No.
There's only a few moments where you're like, okay. And one of the worst moments is when after he grabs Samuel Jackson and he's like going straight down. It's like you realize they bend and they move, like, you know what I mean? Like,
they don't look like
it's that. So hard. It's one of those things where it's like a movement of a human with like a robot and like sharks. You're like, you can never get the motion right because it doesn't physically make sense.
You're right.
Like it doesn't.
Absolutely.
Like it doesn't. Like it's crazy.
Sharks. You all right over there?
Mm-hmm.
You're texting like.
No, I'm actually right now. I'm telling her about how we're drinking.
Yeah, it's
good.
Mark.
Yeah, and then
let her know. Let her know that we prefer if she would just pronounce her name Yan.
No.
Yanmark.
Maybe put 2 dots above the J.
Oh yeah, a nice little accent.
A Norwegian.
Yeah.
Yanmark.
Yanmark. I think you would sell more if people thought it was exotic.
But let her know.
No, but I mentioned in the text that the last show that we played there, because I told her, I said it's crazy your timing because we are currently filming the weekly podcast I do every week, and we are drinking Mean Jane right now, and I was explaining how I've been bringing a different wine every week to make you guys try it, and I mentioned to her that the last time we played there, which was just last month, that I bought 3 bottles just specifically with this in mind to bring them here.
So yeah, we're giving you money, so give us money. What? Hey, yeah, what? Cool. Anyways, here's my review. I'm gonna say this is a recommend for like people again that like a horror type movie or a different type of movie that's gonna feel like, oh my god, I don't like this, but also fucking sharks, bro. I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. A fucking shark ate me. Have you seen the Chappelle Show skit? Thank you. At the time, when you couldn't read spoilers on the internet, this was one of those movies with the biggest surprises ever, right? Samuel L. Jackson.
Are you rating it as like when you would have watched it in the 1999,
obviously,
or are you rating it as now?
Like everything together.
You got to put it in perspective.
You got to put it, yeah. Obviously, back then, it's going to hit differently. Don't cross your eyes at me.
I only crossed one of them.
Okay. You got to put it in perspective of at the time when this came out, like it's obviously going to hit different than it would now, right? Everyone knows the meme. Everyone's seen fucking the shark ate me. But in reality, when this came out, like you didn't expect that to happen. Nobody expected that to happen. And like if you look through all the trailers, promotional material, Samuel L. Jackson's a big part of the movie.
That's why it was my favorite scene.
And I equate it to the newer Godzilla movie that came out with Bryan Cranston, where he was a big part of the marketing. Spoilers. He fucking dies 15 minutes in the movie.
Thanks, Steve.
You're never going to watch it.
You don't know.
Yes, I do.
Probably not.
Right. So, same.
Although I could think of another movie that did that to me.
What?
Scream.
Made me heartbroken.
What?
Life. The space movie.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds, sure. I thought you were going to say Life is in Eddie Murphy and
Life
Martin Short.
Jake Gyllenhaal, Ryan Reynolds, a bunch of people. And I was like, oh my God, Ryan Reynolds was 10 minutes. It's like, fuck! Why did I pay for this ticket?
Anyways, this movie is what the 90s Jaws should be. Over the top, super action throughout the whole thing. This is what, if they ever did a 90s Jaws movie, it should be. Yeah, this is 99. Still fucking 90s. There's no wasted screen time for me, and we get right to what we want to see. Sharks fucking people up. Also, shout out to LL Cool J for being one of the first black men to survive a horror movie.
Okay, I'll give you that.
All right, 7 out of 10, 6.7. Tara, what do you got?
5.
Skip?
0.5.
You're gonna say skip? You gotta give a review. Can't just don't be.
Okay, here's what I'll say.
Say it.
I will give it a 5.5 for some of the things that you said. I don't ever seek out shark movies to watch.
Sure.
Is this the worst shark movie? No.
Definitely just. 3D.
It's not a must watch, and I would skip it, but I'm not going to. If somebody was like, "Oh, I haven't seen that one," and that's like their vibe, I'd be like, "Watch it."
Okay, touche.
But I still am upset about it.
Mm-hmm. She's upset. I don't.
And I don't.
You're not watching a shark movie for a while.
I don't want anyone to pick another one.
Don't watch Sharknado.
I didn't know. I do feel bad.
I would never watch that, and I will tell you exactly why.
Because they're on land.
Because I didn't even think about this. My other phobia in life, which is probably worse than the shark one, is storms.
Oh my God! What a perfect.
So yeah, what a perfect thing to do to Tara is to come.
Nightmare.
Yeah, I like it. So guess what we're watching next week?
I'm not.
No, we're not doing that.
Sharknado 1, 2, and 3.
I would quite literally.
There's a lot.
I would quite literally like. I'm sick.
So you're not in for the new Twisters movie?
No.
You've seen the original Twisters.
They tried to get me
with Glenn Powell.
Right. You see how they did that? You see what they did? They tried to get.
He was in that movie I was talking about earlier.
Hitman.
No.
That was a good. We liked that movie. Carrick and I watched it. And we thought it was good. You haven't watched it yet?
No.
It's worth watching.
I'm fucking busy.
It's worth watching though.
Okay.
What movie?
Especially because it's like Netflix or something,
I'll put it
so
on
it's easy to watch.
for you.
Yeah.
If it's never
you see how
working,
they
let
did
me
that?
know.
Everybody wants some.
You see how they did that? They tried to get me with that. They tried to get me. They were like, "Oh no, you don't like Twister. We're gonna put Glenn Powell in it.
Glenn
We'll see what
Powell's a
happens."
beauty. Gorgeous.
I still don't
You're not gonna watch
think I
Twisters.
still
There's
think I
more
can
than
do it.
one.
That's why no.
And
I
they
can't do it.
intertwist. Ow.
Anyways,
That's what you fucking
From my
get
fingers.
for multiple reasons.
next week, we don't know if it's gonna be a re-review episode or if it's gonna be Wally's pick
Why
of
would it
what
be a
he
re-review episode?
because it would be in between.
Oh, that's right. We're doing that.
Right, we're doing that now.
we're doing
So
that.
before my pick, it's gonna be
Right,
a
I
re-review.
forgot that we're doing it.
So we're gonna wait to see what that is. If Wally's back, we're gonna do the Golden Eye because that was his pick. I don't think anybody needs to rewatch that.
I'm not going to.
I might play the game.
On the game?
N64, baby.
Just run all the way through it.
That's what I'm saying. The same. But anyways,
Can we review that?
thanks
instead?
everybody. We can.
Let's
Thanks.
all just play. Can we
Let's just
play
play
it
it.
while
We
we
could.
review it?
We could. I'll set up a little TV here and we'll do it. That'll be fine.
I'm just gonna post and snipe. But it's gonna be fine.
I'm gonna get it's fine. We'll do a multiplayer. Four.
Golden guns.
It'll be good. Or rockets. Rockets only? I like rockets. Anyways, thanks everybody for listening. Thanks for watching on the YouTube. Subscribe, do your thing, leave a comment, tell us why we suck. Tell
Keep
us
an
why
eye
we
out
did
at the beach.
good. And Mark. What?
Yeah, Mark.
I like it. Okay, bye.